YouTube. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Let me get the stream link out. But hey, guys, it's me again, Bioman12, joined once again by my good friend Link Inferno Douglas. Say hi, Link.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the yearly edition of
Exploring the bottom.
yeah,
That
whatever the streams are called, I forgot. Honestly, it's been so long.
Whatever that one verse, that one thing that we do. That's sometimes.
Yeah, that one thing we did for 5 months consistently and never again.
And then never did it again.
Yeah.
The moderation helps everyone feel safe. Fuck off. No moderation for me, dude.
You. There's babe, I don't want to brag, but I don't need moderation. I want to be on r/redpilled.
I'm going on r/no sleep, buddy. Yeah, right. It's r/no sleep for life. Let me check the
Dude, you're going on r/Christopia right now.
Wait, let me check the audio real quick. Okay, yeah, we actually sound pretty alright. Which is good. Oh my god, Raptor, you're here! It's that time
It's him.
again.
Raptor!
And by that I mean the start of it. Yes, it is the new year. Happy New Year's, everybody. Time to usher it in with 3 creepypastas, as we do. We have The Rake Origin on DeviantArt by Melon Coffee, that's a good pun, actually. Ring Around Rosie, My Creepypasta OC by Mia Adams 26 on Wattpad, and okay. SCP-096 versus Juggernaut on the Death Battle fan wiki. Which, always good. Always
this is
fucking pinnacle.
Fucking quite the spread we got today. Get a little representation for everyone.
Always bring.
I just want to remind you guys that driving drunk could tear your world apart. Don't drive drunk.
Are you referencing the fucking ad on the side?
Yeah.
Why is like the drive sober or get pulled over ad on the side?
Yeah, drive sober or get pulled over.
Get pulled over. It's me, Toatama Gaming Dog.
Yeah, we can't bring that up. That can't be the first thing we bring up. After 6 months being gone.
Very deep lore.
That's for another time.
Yeah, we'll do a stream where we just talk about that. So yeah, we're back. We're gonna read some stuff. I'm very happy to have you here, Raptor. I think you're the only one here. So, yay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Raptor's the homie.
Raptor's a home slice, honestly. So, which one do you want to start out with, Link? Do you want to do the Rake Origin, Ring Around Rosie, or SCP-096 versus Juggernaut?
You know what? I'm gonna let you choose because I don't want to choose.
Right.
Fuck you.
I mean, fair enough.
If it's a bad choice, it's your fault.
But okay. Well, I want to save 096 for last, so let's do either the Rake or Ring Around My Rosie.
Let's do Ring Around Rosie.
Ring Around My Rosie. Ring Around Rosie.
I'm not joining Wattpad. Fuck off.
Get away from me, Wattpad.
Oh yeah. Fine, I'll log in real quick.
Yeah, I want you to log in so that it doesn't show your email on fucking screen.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony. What's up, brother? Alright, bros. Let's read some fucking creepypastas. You ready?
1 sec, I'm logging into Wattpad so it doesn't fail me. It's just one of those
days. Doesn't dox you.
You gotta log.
Yeah, I don't want fucking YouTube to Wattpad to dox you on my fucking YouTube stream. I don't need to explain that to people. Okay, you ready?
No.
You still gotta log in? Jesus.
1 second.
So
Apparently, I forgot what my fucking log was.
Well, I mean, I would hope so. You don't use Wattpad very often, do you?
No, I don't.
Just for these streams.
This is like the first time. Yeah, I literally only use. You know, the only reason I showed up, what? Right?
Why?
Like the only fucking reason I have a Wattpad account is so we could. Like the reason I made it was so we could read Sodor Fallout.
Fair fucking enough, brother. And you know what? Honestly, that's understandable.
Oh my god! And it takes me to the front page instead of "Oh my god, you were the worst program."
Hello again. Hello, Superstar64. I don't know why yours didn't show up on the top comments, considering there's only 3 people here. But hi, I didn't see your message. Oh, by the way, while I have you 4 people here in my custody, I would like to say that I am going to start working on a new episode of Bottom of the Bin because if you hadn't noticed, I am now at 101 subscribers, which, woo, yeah,
Yes!
Woo. I am now. Yes! I am now officially a niche micro internet celebrity, so that's always good. I'm gonna be doing some stuff with that because that's fun. But before that, I'm going to do the stream, and you know how it goes. You know how it be, honestly. You ready, Link?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Mia Adams, 26. Let's see if you made something worth reading. Huh.
Why are you talking like a fucking bully from a fucking Stephen King book?
That's what I am now.
Damn. All right.
You think this is worth me reading?
Oh, woo, yeah, baby. There's that energy that you need. Thank you, Andy.
I'm going to delete this.
I'm going to delete you. Well, I know the voice of this character. It's fucking Vegeta.
Well. It's time for me to hit my final flash.
April 13th. Friday night at Willow Center Hospital. Year unknown. What do you mean, year unknown? Fuck.
1586.
1790. Oh, look at her, George. A beautiful baby girl.
Mother's Vegeta?
Yes, she is. Honestly, I kind of just want to do every voice as Vegeta.
Okay, you do your Vegeta, I'll do mine. Nope, no one will have a clue who's fucking talking.
Yes. Mrs. Watson passed the little bundle to her husband, who smiled down at the little face in the blanket.
Hey there, baby girl.
He cooed, playing with her finger.
I'm your father. When you get bigger, we're going to have a lot of fun.
We're going to be training in the hyperbolic.
We're going to be training. Stop. Bite that bastard Cell.
Why Cell? All fucking character.
I don't know. I'm not referencing fucking Super in the stream.
Fuck Super, that's... Fuck Super, but fuck GT more. That's my hot take.
Damn.
The baby began to cry. I don't know who's saying this.
What's wrong with it? It's Vegeta either way. What's wrong with little Rosie?
It's Vegeta either way. The baby had red blotches on her skin, and she cried louder until the doctor checked her out. Oh, it's a doctor, so you know. That's just bad. Dr. Lotom sighed. Rosie has an illness that came to America. Came to America in the 1600s. The Posies.
The what?
You know, pockets full Posey. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I misspelled it. It's actually polio.
Sorry. No, wait, sorry. Posies is like a flower. She has AIDS. Posies is the
You know.
flower. She has HIV.
No, polio, posies, they both start with a po.
Polio? Yeah, she has polio. That's what we're going with. The posies was a special illness that caused a child's skin to develop red, itchy blotches or rashes. No child has ever been reported surviving the plague. I think it would be a bigger deal if no child ever survived it.
It's a 100% kill rate.
Just like fucking, wow, what the fuck? I learned this like the other day. Fucking rabies has like a fucking like 96% fucking fatality rate.
You know, rabies is fucking awful.
Rabies is fucked. Holy shit.
Can't they only like treat it if like they catch it early on?
Yeah, if you don't, before you show symptoms, like literally as soon as you get it, you have to go get the fucking vaccine or you just die.
Remember one, no matter, every time you go to the doctors, just be like, hey, can I get checked for rabies?
Did you do rabies on me again? We've done rabies on you 7 times. I know.
I know, but it's scary, man.
I need it. The couple agreed to send the child to the lab to be tested and cured of the plague, but nothing worked. In fear of being hurt at the laboratory, the parents never visited Rosie. What? I'm so afraid of getting hurt here. I'm gonna send my child to it, but you die. But you're gonna go to it.
Oh man, this lethal lab that's using my daughter as a guinea pig.
Can you do a Trunks voice, by the way?
A Trump voice?
Trunks, like from Dragon Ball Z.
No.
No.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can try.
Straight up, no. Rosie grew up to be 3 years old. Yeah, like most people do. When she killed her first doctor. What? Wait.
I don't think this person knows what a 3-year-old is.
Wait. Rosie grew up to be 3 years old when she killed her first doctor. She used the end of an old chain and bashed Dr. Lotum's head in with it. They eventually had to send the girl to a mental hospital, which only made things worse. Wait, what? Wait, a 3-year-old fucking swung a chain hard enough to bash a doctor's head in.
Oh, my bad. It wasn't the posies. It was actually the X gene.
It was Venom.
Venom.
Venom. Wait. Oh fuck! What's a you do a voice?
I'll try to do Trunks. Stop it! Leave me alone! I don't want it.
That's as good as we're gonna get. Rosie had to get her medical shots again, and she bit and kicked her doctors. They were finally able to give the girl her shot, and she passed out. Rosie is now 6 years old. Continue to next part. Woo! Here we go. How many parts is this? 3. Okay, not too bad.
Yay! It's only 3.
Chapter 1. I think this is her talking.
Should I just read this?
Yeah, just read this as Trunks.
My doctors think I'm a toy. I hate being filled up with medicine every hour of the day. I want to go home and see Mommy and Daddy again. Dr. Werther said...
Werther?
My mommy...
Weather.
My mommy and daddy were nice people before they left me. She says that they had to go somewhere else and they'll see me soon.
Wait.
I hope she's not lying. Oh.
Wait. She says that they had to go somewhere. We're nice people before they left me. Well, after they left me, though, they like started killing people and stuff.
Yeah. After they left. I mean, you know, I can't judge them.
They became racist.
Yeah.
As soon as they dropped her off, all right, we'll see you soon, honey. Hope you get better. And I hate.
Oh, that's why they dropped her off because she started like growing polka dots, and they don't like the polka dot people.
I don't know what race this is, but I hate it. So.
This is an unknown race that I can't be racist towards yet.
Continue.
I hope she's not lying. I don't want to have to kill her too.
I'm sitting in my bloody sheet covered bed again. What? Because I was painting the walls of my room with blood. You know, as the fucking mental hospital will just let you do.
Yeah, you know. There's no health standards there. This was an unspecified year.
Yeah, I suppose it's unspecified year. This was before mental hospitals like stopped giving them bodies to maim.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone for 5 seconds. Play with this body.
It's like putting on Frozen for your little kid. It's like, all right, mommy's gonna go have a wine. You disembowel this corpse.
Yeah, that's what they did before fucking Disney was a thing.
Well, Disney was sick of this fucking thing, so he was like, I'm gonna make kids movies, so they stopped disemboweling people. The wall says my name on it, Rosie. When I see the other kids outside from my window, they call me Ring Around Rosie because of my illness. That doesn't make any sense.
There's no way these kids know about your disease.
Also, why are you in a mental hospital and you can see kids outside your window? Bro, put the fucking like elementary school like 2 feet away from the fucking mental hospital.
See, this. Oh god, I can't think of a joke. I was gonna say, fuck.
I can't think of a joke. Actually.
Don't you see, if you start behaving and being normal kids that aren't mentally insane, then you get to go outside and play.
If you like get better from your like mental illness, then you'll be able to go outside.
If you just stop faking it.
The blotches burn and itch every day, but the medicine helps it. But I hate medicine. ... Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Wait, why do you hate it then? If it makes things better.
I hate the medicine.
I'm totally against Big Pharma.
I hate Big Pharma. I hate them. I hate Pfizer. I hate Dr.
I hate Johnson & Johnson.
I hate Johnson & Johnson.
Oh no, it's the kids again. I'd better hide or Dr. Johnson Johnson is going to make me go outside for some fresh air again. Didn't you just like murder somebody? Like, isn't there blood in your room still?
I guess maybe it's self-inflicted.
Then you might have something like a bigger problem on your hand than getting fresh air.
Yeah. But no, yeah, you're right. They wouldn't fucking let you go outside if you were like known for killing people.
If you stop killing people for 1 week, you can play outside with the other kids. Okay. Thank you, Anthony. All right. What? All right. Yeah. This is Dr. Johnson is here. I can't win now. What? I'm gonna do the same voice because it's a doctor. Good morning, Rosie. Why don't you go outside for some fresh air? Oh, sweetie. Yeah, it'll be good for you. Just remember your umbrella. The sun's rays only make the blotches itch more.
Let's do the vampire now. Okay. But Dr. Johnson, I can't. Those kids will call me names again.
He won't listen to me. He looked outside but then he left my room and gave me an umbrella. Well, he left and then came back and gave me an umbrella. We all want to go outside, but I have to. I mean, I'm sure you could. I don't know. Maybe I feel like you could just stay inside if you wanted to. Now I'm.
Maybe he like bit his finger.
Yeah, he bit his finger off and spit it at her.
That made her bite his finger.
Now I'm outside in my little swing by the weeping willow tree. I'm fiddling with my large metal choker. I don't
Your
think
what?
That's a choker at that point. I think that might just be a collar.
Yeah, I think it's just a A choker.
Thing is a fashion.
You're a 6-year-old.
Yeah. You're 6. Large metal choker. Yeah, and I don't think chokers are metal either. So.
Yeah, I think you have like a collar.
Yeah.
I think Are you in a dungeon?
You know, well, we don't know what year it is. Like, it could be like 1147.
Actually, earlier they said, they had a disease that came from the 1600s, so it's post 1600s.
I will throw you into the sun. Or the end of that chain. It has no links on it. What? What do you mean it has no links on it? It's a chain.
Yeah, I'm not in the mental hospital.
But I asked Dr. Lily if she could clip it around my neck for me to keep. Anyway, Lance and his crew are singing that stupid nursery rhyme again. Is Lance our Randy insert? Please be our Randy insert.
I hate Lance. He got fucking just summoned 2 Dragonites on me.
Shut up. Pokemon nerd.
Do you want to do this one?
Yeah, of course. I get to do the Randy voice. Ring around the rosy, pockets full posy. Ouchie, ouchie, we all fall down. That's not. It's ashes, ashes, we all fall down. You fucking
yeah, but I think he customized it.
It's copyright.
Yeah, it's copyright. He customized it to more closely fit this random chick.
Wait. Also, ring around the rosy. You spelled it wrong. It's not her name.
Oh, Lance.
Oh, Lance.
You illiterate fucking imbecile.
Illiterate shithead. They're playing around with the other girls. I wish I could play with them too, but I'm angry now.
Stop singing that stupid song. I know you're talking about me.
Shut up. Ring around, Rosie. That is not a very good. And you know what? Actually, upon saying it out loud, I have discovered that it's not clever, and it doesn't roll off the tongue very well. It's not a good insult.
This is about as bad of an insult as Gus Bus. Reference to a movie. Haha.
Or we'll get your doctors on you to give you your rabies shots. Hey, we were just talking about that.
Oh, also, I don't think there's a hierarchy in fucking mental institutes.
Well, like, you have to understand, every single institution in the world is exactly like middle school.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, my bad. It's
they
just
always have bullies and teachers and people that, like, make fun of you.
You know, how silly of me. I'm sorry, guys.
I hate Lance so much. I don't have rabies.
I don't like you very much.
I unclipped my chain's end from my neck and chased those evil kids. I don't think they're the evil ones here. I think you've murdered like 7 people.
Also, I just realized, is this the chain that she used to kill?
Yes,
Doctor?
it is.
They let her keep that?
Yes, like, of course they did. I killed Lance first, then the other boys. The girl screamed and ran away, so I licked the blood from the chain. Wait, why is that? Why is that the cause in, like, correlation? The girls screamed and ran, so I licked the blood from the chain. If they had stayed around, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just, gone about my day, but then they screamed and ran, so I licked my chain off of blood. Blood tastes so good after a killing. Oh no, uh-oh. Dr. Johnson saw me kill the bullies. If he cared, he wouldn't have made me go outside. Then they would have lived another day or two. That wretched doctor. Wait, you're blaming a lot of people here.
In fairness to her, I don't like it when people associate blame in these stories, but if the mental patient is known to kill people, it probably wasn't a good idea to let her out in the first place.
I mean, fair. That is a fair point, I suppose. But at the same time, like, she did murder them with, like, a fucking chain.
No, it's definitely like, you're not innocent here, little girl.
She murdered him with a chain that apparently she's just allowed to have. You know, the doctor's like talking about like, well, how else is she going to murder people if she doesn't have a chain?
It's her identity. We can't take it from her.
Yeah, it's like that wretched doctor. I killed 10 children, and now there are 10 links on my chain around my neck. Weird. Yeah, that is weird. Did they just like magic themselves onto your neck?
The chains absorb the iron and grow.
I'm running away from the hospital and Dr. Johnson. I want to see my mommy and daddy again. Maybe they can help me get out of this situation and we can move and live a perfect life and have a pet, and I can have a little sister or a brother. And I can teach them how to kill annoying people. I think you're misinterpreting why you're here. Right?
Yeah. I think you're missing the point
I
here.
think there's like a cause and correlation that you have not put together.
Yeah, I want you to like go back about that thought you just had.
Like, try to piece it together.
Yeah, rethink it slowly.
I'm daydreaming again, and I'm now in the woods. It's really dark now, and I still hear Dr. Johnson calling my name. Poor guy. I actually like Dr. Johnson and Dr. Lilly and the others. Well, clearly not Lance. Like, you didn't like Lance.
Yeah.
Dr. Lotom was a meanie... Okay. Dr. Lotom was a meanie beanie baby boo who needed to die, and he did. Awesome. I'm scared now. I can hardly see anything, and the only noise here is the wind rustling the trees and my slippers crunching down on the leaves on the grass. Wait, I see something. 2 somethings to be exact. Mommy and Daddy, finally, I can go home now. It's Slenderman.
Yeah, what a riveting story.
$10. $10 like that. It's Slenderman.
$10 is Slenderman. You know, I would bet, but that seems like a pretty logical.
That seems
outcome,
it's like plus 600 fucking favor to minus 1.
Yeah, it's like
favorite.
It's like Mike Tyson versus a random toddler.
Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas type fucking.
No, because then in that way it would be.
It would be something. It wouldn't be that.
Yeah.
All right, it's Slenderman or it's Proxies. Let me check. I ran to my mommy and daddy and saw that they were. Oh my god! It's actually just her mom and dad. Wait. What? Oh wait, no, I was right. No, wait.
It's probably Slenderman got them.
Wait, don't read ahead, but like.
I'm not.
I ran up to my mommy and daddy and I saw that they were hanging from trees. Their bodies were impaled on branches and blood was leaking from their empty eye sockets. They looked like they look just like the people in my picture that Dr. Lilly gave me. So, this is mommy and daddy. Why are they dead? Well, I think it might have something to do with them being impaled on trees, but
the fact they don't have eyes.
I can't.
They're very pale and stiff.
I can't climb the tree to get them, so I'm left standing here staring at their corpses. I'm only 6 years old. Well, it's not old enough to not be able to murder someone, apparently. Like, murder 10 children.
Just swing a chain.
Swing a chain and kill a fully grown adult. She killed an adult at 3. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah. You can't climb a fucking tree though.
You can't climb a tree. You think these fans are made for swinging, not for fucking climbing? They were supposed to come and take me home and give me a reason why they left me and buy me a pet and give me a sister and brother who love me for who I was. I feel another presence right now. It's happening right now. Oh God, it's him. I turned around to see a tall white man in a black suit.
It's Stone Cold Steve.
That's so cold. The glass shatters. Your mom and dad are dead. What?
Your mom and dad are hanging. What?
From a
Got in
tree.
pale. What?
That is. It
You
has
got
to be
no
Stone
eye.
Cold.
What? Looks like you're coming with me, and that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold told you. Said so.
You got blotches. Why? Itching in the sun. Why?
Got diseases. What? You got a chain. What?
Hi, Soup Soup. I got you feeling melancholy, don't you?
Did you feel better? What?
Slenderman 316 just kicked your ass.
The Slenderman stunner.
Now I gotta make this in W2K. He's staring down at me, but he's not. He has no facial experience. He has no facial features or ears. Well, he has a goatee, but you know.
Yeah.
He knelt down to my height and asked me a question. You have a better Stone Cold voice than me. Like,
is that your mama and papa? What?
Why? We've lost 2 people doing the Stone Cold CMOS.
You know what? I don't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having fun. It's all good.
You know what? They're just party poopers.
Please continue.
Yes, sir.
I answered him.
They were supposed to save me from the doctors in the hospital, but as you can see, they're dead.
What?
I didn't kill them though, but I wanted my wife to take me home.
You want your mommy and daddy to take you home and make me sick. How about a couple brewskis? So cold. I began to cry, and the tall man picked me up for a stunner.
I can take you to my home. There are a lot of people who just like you, Rosie. What?
What?
There'll be another family, and that's the bottom line.
Stone.
The Stone Thunder said so.
Well, there's a lot of people like you, Rosie. Like the NWO. What? And The Rock. What?
Okay, we gotta get
What? I can't do the Stone Cold anymore.
Stone Cold's hijacking the stream.
The glass breaks and he appears in my room and it's fucking big
stuns
me. I nodded and hugged the man. But wait. Why are you turning away from me? Ah!
It's a stunner! Oh my god!
By God!
By God!
You son
It's
of a
the
bitch!
stunner!
How did he know my name? Oh, it doesn't matter now. I don't give a shit, actually.
It's almost like he's using MK Ultra to fucking mind wash me.
How did I know your name? What?
I know your name's Rosie. What? And you
got
polka dot. What? And you got a chain. What? And that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Thunderman told you so.
This is the best joke we've ever made.
This is the best joke. This is the best joke we've made all year.
I get it. Mommy and Daddy betrayed me and they died. Just looking at their corpses makes me sick.
That's a normal human reaction.
Kid. What? I have no use for those fools. I have a new family that won't leave me and who actually love me. Well, that was the dumbest short story I've ever made. Basically, Rosie ended up living at the Slender Mansion with the other creepypasta characters and was accepted quickly. Over and out, my peeps love in life.
You omitting it doesn't make it a good story.
Yeah, I'm actually so upset that there isn't more because I really wanted to keep doing the stutter. I wanted to do more Stone Cold jokes. Fuck you. Your name is Rosie White. You got blotches white.
You wrote the end. What? We're never gonna get an update. What?
Actual, you could see in real time me and Link becoming retarded.
Me and Bio just fucking dying.
Okay, so
we're in a coma.
Going forward on the channel, it's Stone Cold Slenderman. It's nothing else. I know we usually do the fucking the Irish Slenderman joke because bad creepypasta, but I will not lie. This is infinitely funnier to me.
This is the better outcome. Well, this is the branching out outcome where we're not just ripping them off 24/7.
Hell yeah, brother. Making our own business.
So we read some of the comments.
Your name's Jeff White. The killer White.
What? The killer what?
Well, you're gonna go down and be killed yourself. That's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold Slenderman says so.
The Stone Cold Slenderman said so. Your name's Philip the Poet.
Philip the Poet, what? 23, what?
You said it was a good story. What?
This is gonna be insufferable to anyone who doesn't know who Stone Cold Steve Austin is.
I'll be real, it's probably already insufferable.
Oh yeah.
The ones who stuck around.
Snoopy Woodstock 9, why? You and Dwight enjoyed the story, why?
Bio, shut up. It's taking over you, man. You can fight back.
No, I can't, honestly.
You're dead inside. What?
I was literally gonna make that same joke.
I like how both Philip the Poet and I'm Dead Inside have the 23 in their name.
23-year-olds wide. You're legally allowed to drink wine. Well, why don't you have a cold one with Stone Cold? Okay. That's enough. Ring Around the Rosie's done. We're not talking about that anymore.
Yeah, Ring Around the Rosie, very bland, forgettable story. Surprisingly like grammatically well written.
Yeah, you
for
know
the most
what?
part.
It was actually pretty alright from like a writing standpoint. Besides, the fact that like it didn't make any fucking sense. But like,
yeah. Mia Adams, I'm sure you probably improved because you also admit that it was dumb.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not
the story.
You're not a bad person, Mia Adams.
Yeah.
What?
You seem like an okay person. But...
Okay.
Jumping.
You seem like a good person.
I can't wait till we make the same joke in the Rake origin.
Please, please show up, Slenderman. I need it. Okay. The Rake Origin by Melon Coffee. Fucking published July 7th, 2013. Over 10 years ago. Holy Christ. 7 favorites, 9 comments, 437 views. Oh god, there's like weird like links? There's like links in the story. That's concerning.
That's definitely malware.
Takes you to like fucking like a porn website and see you just click on it.
I'm actually really curious on what happens. Maybe that's no, I can't. That doesn't even make sense. I don't
click it. Wait. It's DeviantArt. It's not gonna send you to actual like fucking like a malware fucking website.
It just sends you back to the story.
What? For real?
Yeah. What? Damn. This is some good advertising.
Self-advertising, take it to an extreme.
Self-advertising.
It was a gray morning, complete with a thin fog covering the ground. It could easily be seen that rain would come, whether it was now or later in the day. On the outskirts of Seattle, Washington, a young man named Mark Black, hell of a name, Jack Black's brother, was sleeping peacefully in his house. Wonder Boy. He just starts singing Tenacious D songs.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know that. I assumed that was a Tenacious D song, but I've never heard a Tenacious D song before.
What? Well, we gotta change that. I gotta show you the greatest song of all time, or whatever that one's called.
Yeah. At next stream, I will have seen a Tenacious D song.
Oh, by the way, I would like to point out, since we started making the Stone Cold Steve Austin jokes, no one has commented in the live chat.
Even fucking Raptor left.
Raptor and fucking Anthony were like, alright, they're talking about WWE stuff. I'm not interested in this. If only Vince was here. Fuck.
Like, yeah, it's over, guys.
It's over.
I'm not watching Bottom of the Bin anymore.
Mark worked at a local newspaper as a journalist. His boss would often call him when he found a lead that could have potential for a story. Yeah, this one time, this guy called in, and he told he told a story about a guy, like about how he took a picture of a scary monster after it stabbed his friend in the neck when he had a gun in his hand. The cannibal reference. What a fucking. That wasn't on your 2024 bingo sheet.
Yeah, this one time,
like
there was this judge and his fingers were rusty.
That's not. That is such a specific reference to only our fucking story. Thank you, Soup. It is called Tribute, and I'm glad to know that you are a fucking Tenacious D fan as well.
Thank you, Soup. We will remember you.
His boss, would often call him for a lead for a potential story, according to everyone who has read the paper, including Mark's boss himself. Well, yeah, I would suppose so, right? He had a natural talent for writing and could easily lure the reader in. Mark's alarm clock blared, disturbing his sleep. Jolting awake, he rubbed sleep from his eyes and hit the snooze button. Through bleary eyes, he looked at the clock. It read 6:15. Mark sighed and slid out of bed. Stretching as he did so, the young man looked at his nightstand as his cell phone vibrated. What are these? It's literally just the story.
Yeah, literally. It also stopped after like the first few seconds. Why are these? Oh my god, the story is so long.
It is. It's pretty long, but we're getting through it pretty fast. So it's going pretty hard. His cell phone.
Why are these? Why did these need emphasis?
Maybe if you put all the words together, it'll make like a sentence at the end.
Well, yeah, let me see. Journalist, lead, natural, phone. No, it doesn't.
No, He picked up the phone and said groggily, what's a character voice for this guy?
The Rock.
Hello? That's you, Link. Do another voice. Not Stone Cold, please.
Hey, Mark, it's Cole. The boss has another story for you.
Who the fuck is that? Is that also?
I do The Rock.
We're both doing The Rock?
Oh, we don't do it? I didn't know you were doing The Rock.
I did The Rock for hello. No, this is funnier. Wait, we're both doing The Rock.
No, we have to do someone else, so they're not going to be able to tell us who.
Hulk Hogan. I'll do Hulk Hogan. You do The Rock. Who are they? Well, I don't know, brother. Wait. The voice on the other said, "Tell him I'll be there in 15 minutes, brother." Mark, I'm not good. I don't have a good Hulk Hogan, I don't think. But
That's good. I don't think my Rock's very good either.
Fantastic. Mark replied, still not fully awake. There was a pause on Cold's end. Rock.
I think it's Mark asking him.
Oh, is it? Oh.
I think.
Are you okay, brother?
No.
Okay?
No, I think it was. Never mind. My bad.
It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
Let's
Questions.
go.
I think this one's Mark, so this is The Rock.
Right. Yeah, I'm fine. This isn't working.
I didn't get no sleep last night because your monkey ass kept calling me.
I'm going back to fucking Vegeta. Yeah, I'm fine. I didn't sleep very well easily last night, and there's also the fact that I just woke up as well.
I like that. It just shifts from The Rock to Vegeta. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't get my Vegeta fix, and my Rock voice isn't into it.
It's okay. When Cole didn't respond, Mark chuckled quietly. Vegeta again.
I'm fine, trust me.
He reassured his friend. All right, brother. I'll see you in 15. This is more like fucking Randy Savage to me.
Oh, Macho Man.
Macho Man. All right, I'll see you in 15 minutes. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Mark hung up and set the phone down on his bed before getting dressed. 15 minutes later, Mark arrived at the news station wearing a black t-shirt, jeans, and a gray sweatshirt. Very professional sounding. It had begun to rain, so Mark pulled the hood of his sweatshirt over his head. Inside the building, Cole was waiting for him. Once he saw Mark, he waved him over. Mr. Reed. Oh, wait. It's Vegeta. It's Vegeta.
Reed is in his office.
He explained.
Jeremy?
Any idea what this story is about? Tell Vince I'm not really sure I'm big on this storyline with Hulk Hogan. Fuck it, I'm going to WCW.
Oh, fuck it, brother. And then fuck up Hulk Hogan follows him anyways.
Ooh, I'm going. I mean, Hulk went first, so you know. Cole
the only thing I know is that he wants you to go to some secluded laboratory out in the forest.
It's always laboratories. It's always laboratories, man.
If I had to guess, he probably wants you to find out if some creature they've created. Why the fuck would that be your first guess?
Why would that? Why? I gotta get to the voice. Ooh, watch me. Why would that be the first thought?
Did I not mention I'm a conspiracy theorist?
Also, why'd you say find like that?
Sorry, I thought I should really emphasize the find, you know. I wanted to make sure you weren't like,
oh, yeah.
You know, you knew you had to find something. You weren't there to leave evidence. You weren't going to leave anything there.
Oh, fuck. I forgot the story is about the rake. Wait. This really came out of nowhere. I was like, why the fuck would there be like a creature in the middle of the woods? Not that I'm thinking about like, oh, it's the rake. Well, this could certainly prove to be interesting. Mark muttered to himself as he pulled out a Slim Jim.
Oh yeah, snap into this Jim.
Cool, why don't you snap into the Slim Jim? Cole snorted in amusement.
Of course you'd be able to find something interesting in a boring subject.
They're literally creating a monster. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what the fuck do you mean, Cole?
Yeah, no, that's not very interesting. You know what would be interesting? Stock market exchange.
You know what would be interesting? Macho Man Randy Savage versus Slender Man.
Versus
Or
Vegeta.
Stone Cold. Steve Austin.
Stone Cold.
At WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship.
You're going to the woods. Why? Visit a laboratory. Why?
You're gonna go to a laboratory? What? You're going to a laboratory? What?
Gonna find the rake. Why?
Oh my god.
Brain,
The numbers, they're dropping.
brain rot, honestly.
Hi guys. This is why you don't have a 6-month hiatus in between streams.
Hey guys, I know that Bad Creepypasta stopped making Creepypasta videos, but I mean you can watch us still, right? You'll just have to deal with this sometimes, you know.
You know,
You just have to deal with Stone Cold Slenderman from now on.
oh my god.
Why?
That's your line.
Oh yeah. Which one? Wait, where the fuck?
Hey, science is an interesting subject.
Hey, science is an interesting subject, bro. Cole. Mark retorted. Cole waved his hand dismissively.
Yeah, okay.
The two arrived at Mr. Reed's office. Mark knocked on the door as Cole walked off. Do you want to do Mr. Reed?
Come
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know, man. That was the first thing that came to mind.
Mark opened the door to his boss's office.
Mark, good to see you, boy.
It's Mr. Krabs. Mr. Reed said cheerily. You as well, Mr. Reed.
I won't keep you for too long, Mark. The head scientist at Penumbra Industries is expecting you at 8 for the interview.
Mr. Reed explained. Miss Anthony, ask me that question, because you said you've been waiting a while to ask me. By the way, my DMs are open all the time, so if you want to ask me stuff, like, we're bros, bro. You can just talk to me.
Also, thank you for sticking around, Anthony, even through the Stone Cold stuff.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around. Anthony Williams, why?
Anthony's still here? What?
You like Ash Williams, why?
Okay. I was drinking something and I almost spat on my computer.
Guess what his fucking question was, like?
What?
Have you seen OK Let's Be Heroes?
I was thinking about that.
You fucker, honestly, Anthony.
Honestly, at this point, you're gonna have to make a Twitch account and do a watch along.
All of them. All 20 episodes. Or how many seasons this has.
There's 3, I think.
Fuck, I'd kill myself. Mark raised an eyebrow. Penumbra Industries. Don't they have 3 main laboratories? Mr. Why do you know that? Never let it go. Yes, indeed you won't, Anthony. Mr. Reed nodded.
That's correct, Mark. You'll be meeting Professor Craig at Alpha Lab. The lab that was successful to create their own creature. He should head out now if he wants to get back there on time.
You have a good Mr. Krabs, holy shit.
Really? It doesn't sound too good to me in my head.
Shut the fuck up, you perfectionist bitch.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Mark dipped his head in a quick nod and headed out the door to his car. See, okay, so this story isn't that bad so far, but
it's dragging on.
It's dragging a little bit, but also, what the fuck? Why are they so casual about a laboratory making a new fucking life form? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna send one reporter to the laboratory that made a new form of fucking life. Like,
we have this fucking laboratory playing God over here. Nothing big.
Also, why would the laboratory tell them?
Yeah, I think they'd fucking like I don't know, unveil like the fucking new life form first.
Yeah, on their own terms, not send a fucking like rookie and fucking journalist. Yeah,
That's why they're fucking sending them, because they're fucking. This is a prank.
It's a prank. Yeah, go down here and get fucking murked, you fucking moron.
There's gonna be some dude in a fucking T-Rex costume.
Like Jurassic Park music starts playing. Mark stopped his car in front of Alpha Lab. He let out a breath of air. Alright, good. Not a breath of carbon monoxide. That's good.
Yeah, good breath. Oh, let me just get right next to the exhaust pipe. Oh.
He climbs out of the car. Walking up to the gate, the journalist was stopped by 2 security guards. "What's your business here?" the guard on the right asked. "I'm Mark Black. I'm Macho Man." I'm Macho
You might have heard of me.
"I'm here for an interview with Professor Craig." "Brother," Mark replied, somewhat hesitantly. The security guard on the right was obviously very experienced and looked rather intimidating to the 23-year-old. The guards looked at each other and nodded. They opened the gates and allowed Mark passage. That's very great, like, security checks.
Yeah.
"I'm here to talk to one of the professors." Which one?
Yeah.
Craig? Alright, that checks out. You go right
There
ahead.
is in fact a Craig here. You won.
There is a Dr. Craig. Alright, you get it.
So what are you again? Oh, I'm a journalist gonna write down and tell the world about it. I mean, the janitor?
In Tokyo, Ohio, finding a new form of life in a hidden lab is an average Tuesday. Jesus. I forgot about Tokyo, Ohio.
There's gonna be a fox girl
Yeah.
in there.
It's also, hunting dogs, which, fair. Very, very astute eye, Anthony Williams.
This is the prelogue to why Tokyo, Ohio is so fucking crazy.
The rake just shows up. The guards look at each other. "Go ahead, Mr. Black. Professor Craig is waiting at the door." Mark nodded at his thanks and walked forward. Just as the security guard had said, the head professor of Panera Bread Industries was waiting at the front door, smile on his face. Do Shaft.
Shaft?
Mr. Black. No, wait.
Oh, like
Again,
that?
George Takei.
Mr. Black, I presume.
Amazing. Yes, lovely. The scientist said as Mark neared him. Mark nodded in his assent. "What?" "That's me, Retro Man." Ooh.
Are you? Oh my god.
Anthony,
Dude, if you don't...
Wait,
Sorry.
Anthony Williams says, "Good eye or pure autism at its finest." Pure, a bit of both, you know.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. If you don't make the joke that you should make with the context of this sentence, I might have to quit the
wait, no, wait.
streams.
Not his.
Hold on. You'll get it when I read it, hopefully. If you don't, I'm leaving. Okay. Are you ready to see what goes on inside Alpha Lab?
What?
Make the joke, dude.
I don't
Come
know.
on.
Wait, no. What's the joke? I forgot.
Who did Macho Man Randy Savage play in the Spider-Man movie?
You ain't going nowhere.
Who's ready?
Is his name fucking Bone Crusher?
It's Bonesaw.
Bonesaw. Are you ready to see what goes on inside the Alpha Lab? It's 3 minutes of playtime.
Bonesaw is ready, all right.
As ready as I'll ever be, old Bonesaw. Marcus responded. I completely forgot Randy was in the fucking Spider-Man movie.
Wonderful. Let's get started.
Professor Craig led Mark into the building. There wasn't much to see at first, just gray hallways and a few other scientists in lab coats walking around. However, the professor took a right turn. Mark was greatly perturbed by what he saw. They were haggard-looking animals in cages. Some were even in test chambers, being observed through glass. Well, bro, they literally made a new life form. What did you think they were doing?
I like how. So
they just made a new life form from like I just put like grabbed two cats and like shoved them together, and oh my god, the rake form.
So. I think the better question is, why the fuck would a lab who's doing this want this to be known?
Yeah, just let them walk through the fucking thing.
Yeah. Oh, we just got some war crimes we're committing on animals right here.
Yeah, no, I'm just committing several OSHA violations right in front of you.
Yeah. It's like the fuck.
He looks over and it's like two guys like painting the wall, and they're like balancing on like two stacks of wood, one on its side, one horizontal and one vertical.
Yeah, they're fucking like above a tank of sharks. What the fuck is the point of this?
Why is there sharks here? Well, we thought that sharks would be a perfect thing to add to this new creature, which clearly could not. There's no way this could backfire anyway. We make a shark monster, man.
Have you ever heard of street sharks?
Have you ever heard of Sharktopus? That's what the rake is in this story. It's Sharktopus. They obviously aren't worried about the animals breaking through the glass. Mark's thought. Yeah, it's probably reinforced. It's a fucking laboratory.
It's not like bulletproof, dude. I mean, it's a creepypasta story, so
yeah.
I guess it's probably
glass windows for test chambers was a terrible idea. But what the young journalist saw next was truly horrifying to him. A particularly enraged wolf, appearing to have a prosthetic limb, charged towards the chamber's large window, only to be yelping in pain a few seconds later. Mark realized they must have had some sort of electric fence device implanted somewhere within the chamber. Why not just reinforce the glass? Why do you gotta do all this bullshit? Yeah. Yeah, the glass is reinforced, but also
there's electricity.
There's an electric fence.
I have a wizard who'll shoot you with electricity if you try to fucking escape.
I have a sorcerer on standby to shoot lightning at you. This is horrible, Mark thought, dumbfounded. And nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows they're doing this to these animals. Well, now I do.
Yeah, again.
I'm a journalist, so I'm going to totally tell people. It's very dumb that they let me in here, actually.
Why the fuck would they let me in here, brother? I don't know.
Why the fuck would you let me in here? I'm a journalist, you dumbass.
So, what do you think, Mr. Black?
Professor Craig looked over at Mark. Mark said nothing. He was horrified beyond the capability of speech. All he could do was just look around in shock at the horrible things that were occurring within this facility. Something caught Mark's eye and he looked over at it. It was a door, partially covered in shadows. Okay, so not only are they doing like fucking animal experimentations in the open, just like out and about, they also have faulty wiring in their light.
They also can control shadows.
They also have evil lighting. Dramatic lighting.
Everyone told me that dramatic lighting was never going to come in handy.
But
I proved them wrong.
So, yeah, it would have easily gone unnoticed, besides, the partial shadow covering,
Excited of the shadow, the only thing that was like pointing you toward that direction.
Pointing at it, Mark asked, "Yo, Professor, what's behind that door?" The professor smiled.
It's another test chamber. It contains our greatest experiment.
He explained.
Would you like to see it?
That's literally the only reason I'm here, brother.
No, I'd like to go home without getting all the facts.
No, I'd like to leave, actually.
I'd like to leave. I'm going to shut you guys down.
I'd like to check out your cafeteria, actually. Check out your food selection. No.
I want to make sure that you're feeding people correctly, brother.
I want to see if you got Slim Jims in there. But for real, wait, this is like the only reason he's here. Why is he not... Why wasn't he just like taken here directly?
You know.
No.
Sometimes you just...
You know.
Oh.
Mark nodded. He was.
You gotta show him the other war crimes first.
I got more war crimes to show you.
This is their plea bargain.
This is even more war crimes behind this door, actually.
Yeah. You see, they show you the less worse ones first, so you're like, okay, well, I guess
the
this
ones
is
I saw
really
on the
bad.
way in aren't as bad as this, like, insult to God that I'm about to see.
Yeah.
He needed to expose these sadistic bastards to the world. They needed to know what they were doing to these animals. What the fuck? How is this place even running? Like, did they like go to like his newspaper and were like, hey, could you like send some dudes down here, but like the kind that are okay with animal cruelty?
Yeah, I don't want them to freak out or anything, but like
We are torturing animals, so that
yeah,
it really brings down the mood when someone tells us that like that's like a human rights violation, you know.
we have like this human body with like a puppy's head on it. We keep like throwing churros at it. I don't know what the hell it's even for.
we decapitated a shark and we're keeping it alive through like tubes and like blood vessels and stuff.
Yeah, we shoved the shark in an iron lung.
We shoved it in an iron gill.
Some people think that we could have just like done like it could have been easier done, but like
It was actually really hard to do, like really hard, like to the extent where I don't think it was worth it to do it. Actually, this is an idiot plot. Yeah, but like an idiot plot only works when like the main character makes decisions that are stupid. These are like the antagonists are making stupid decisions for no reason. They needed to know what they were doing to these animals. Professor Craig opened the door into the control room. Mark was not expecting what was in the test chamber and was shocked beyond belief. As the professor had said, there was definitely another... Oh, what? Holy shit! It's another... Wait, you said it was another test chamber? And it was? What?
oh my god. I had no clue what I was getting myself into. What the fuck?
Another test chamber? What?
Another test chamber? What?
Glass windows? What? You got...
Tortured animals? What?
The window glass looked at, so it was stained glass, not smooth like the other windows. Well, stained glass isn't like rough; it's just colored, you know.
Yeah.
The floor, the walls, even the window were splattered with a deep red blood, and there were long scratches as though whatever was trapped in the chamber was trying to dig its way out. Well, yeah, I suppose that's why there would be scratches on the door. Yes, that is.
Is he not seeing the creature? Like the thing, whatever was in here, that thing right in front of me.
Yeah, whatever was in here. You know, that thing that's in the corner that I can see clearly. Mark looked through the window trying to find the poor animal that was contained within. He would have missed it if it had shifted slightly in the rightmost corner.
I don't think you would have.
I mean, if it's like a 6 foot like dude basically with giant claws. The creature had pale gray skin and was extremely haggard looking. Its bones showed rather prominently, its spine and ribs jutting out. The creature hadn't seemed to notice the two people in the control room outside of its chamber yet. and appeared to be sleeping. Professor Craig walked over to the control panel, which had many dials and knobs. For what reason, I do not know, but it had dials and knobs on it.
Just randomly put like fucking mustard gas in there.
It's the turn up, like, it's like for a radio. He's like turning up music. I actually get really bored watching this fucking thing, so I usually listen to some tunes. Turns up fucking like Linkin Park or something.
We've been training this thing to where every time we play Dragon Force, it kills something. Watch as it kills this little cow that I have.
Watch.
Little cow, that's a calf, brother. It's about to be dead, is what it's about to be.
It's about to be non-existent anymore, brother. It's about to not be alive anymore, brother. So I don't really care about the terminology. We appear to be sleeping. From the corner of the test chamber, the creature stirred. It slowly and painfully, from what it looked like to Mark, propped itself up on one elbow and looked around. It rose to its knees, then finally to its full height, standing approximately 6 feet and 7 inches tall. That's very specific. It towered menacingly over Mark. Well, it would tower menacingly over Mark, but like it's in a different room, like 10 feet away from you. So yeah, I don't know if you know what towering means.
I like how he said, I almost missed it. It's 7 foot, 6'7".
It's 12 feet tall.
It's literally
I missed the fucking polar bear in the room.
Polar. Oh my god, I missed the polar bear in its enclosure. I was literally looking for it.
Suddenly, the creature's head whipped around. It had no visible mouth, and its large eyes were black, bottomless pits. A growl rumbled from the creature's throat, and the skin where the mouth should be seemed to rip away, revealing white, razor-sharp teeth. The black eyes of the creature began to glow with burning hatred as they turned a deep red, and the vermilion pupil appeared. I don't know what that means, but it's okay.
Vermilion?
Vermilion.
That's a color.
Oh, it's just like a different color. What color is that? Like red?
Isn't
or
it?
something?
If it's just a fancy way to say red, I'm gonna scream.
Also, Anthony points out that like when blood dries, it becomes brown. So
yeah.
So it would just look like the fucking room's covered in shit, basically.
Yeah. It is red. It's just a fancy way to say red.
Yeah,
it's like saying crimson.
At least he didn't say crimson, right? That would have just been pretentious.
At least, I guess, yeah, at least you picked a better...
Just a different color. Wait, what does vermilion look like, though? Is it just
it's like a type of red.
Is it like dark red or like...
It's kind of like bright red. There's like 2 different shades.
It's okay, Soup says orange. So,
yeah.
He's got orange eyeballs.
It's got orange eyeballs.
It's got orange eyes. Very terrifying, actually. Mark suddenly realized with sudden anger. Mark realized the sudden anger was directed towards the professor, not at himself. In fact, well, why would it be angry at you, Mark? It seemed that the creature hadn't even noticed Mark yet. The journalist watched as the creature continued to growl at the professor. For a few fleeting seconds, the creature glanced over at Mark, the enraged expression changing into a curious one before its attention was then directed back towards the professor. Out of the blue, the creature snarled and charged towards the window of the test chamber. When it was only a few feet from the window, Mark was certain it was going to crash right through it. Glancing at Professor Craig, Mark was surprised to see a calm expression on the other man's face. Well, I don't know if the scratches on the glass are any indication it's probably not going to get through. Also, the fact that he's not dead is probably a good indication as well.
Also, the fact there's an electrical fence and there's a wizard.
There's a wizard. They have a shark on iron gill.
Yeah, they have a shark on iron gill. They have a really buff dude with a puppy's head.
They have this girl with black eyes and white skin in the other room. Apparently, they're feeding her something called liquid hate. Two Shaggies are there.
There's 2 Shaggies.
That's a deep cut. Only I and Lincoln understand.
That
never published it. No. Yeah. A loud yelp caused Mark to look back at the creature. It was now on the ground, writhing in pain. There must be I'm glad our protagonist is like taught to take like smart and stuff. He didn't think about this earlier.
I'm glad this dude is like the one they sent to the super secret lab.
A super secret evil person lab. A loud yelp. Yeah, there must be another electric fence device in this chamber as well. Mark realized, grimly frowning in concern. That poor creature.
That was the stipulation. He had to send the dumbest reporter.
I had to send the stupidest fucking idiot. Cheers.
What do you think, Mark? Remarkable creature, isn't he?
Mark wasn't sure how to respond to the professor's query. This creature was certainly extraordinary and seemed very intelligent. Well, besides the fact that it just like blindly ran into a fucking wall, basically.
Yeah, fucking. This time it won't get shocked.
We also have this transfer from a mental hospital who killed multiple people at 6. Thank you.
There's like a chain.
Yeah, with a chain on her neck or something.
There's a Stone Cold in the other room for some reason.
Electric fence wide.
Bulletproof glass wide.
You gotta shock me with your electric fence wide.
The more and more you antagonize me, the more I will do it, Stone Cold.
But Mark was concerned for the creature's well-being. It's like an abomination against God, brother. Like, it's not going anywhere. Is it capable of speaking? Mark questioned, deciding to focus more on the creature.
Well, we're assuming so. But he doesn't seem to want to talk to us. Why do you... Okay,
also,
why are you assuming?
He doesn't know language. He's like a feral monster. Unless you sat him down and taught him how to speak English.
Much like, I get it if like you were saying, oh, his brain...
he could probably learn language if I...
Yeah.
Feel like...
But no, we haven't taught him anything because we just keep shocking it.
Yeah, we keep shocking it. Also, he's like... I mean, he I guess he could talk in like theoretically, but also he has like no lips and like horrible teeth, so like his pronunciations would be fucked, basically. People forget that you speak using your fucking like lips and mouth and tongue and shit.
Yeah, it's not just like one part. Like, yeah, technically you could still speak, but like
you would sound fucking weird. You would sound like that. But we're assuming so. The scientist replied. He paused for a moment, his fingers tapping on the control panel. Maybe you could get him... Oh, wait. Yeah, your turn.
Maybe you can get him to talk. He seemed rather curious about you.
Professor Craig stood up and faced Mark.
I have some other work to do. Why don't you try talking to him? Okay,
I'm going to leave you with this experimental monster that clearly wants to murder me, and also, I have committed multiple crimes against humanity and God.
Here are all the controls that you need to release this beast.
Don't go taking any photos now.
Don't write down notes about this.
Why was I sent here?
What the fuck did you invite him? You fucking... Also, isn't the other dude with them?
I don't know. I guess the author like forgot that was two dudes.
Because I could have sworn at the beginning like Cole went with him or whatever his fucking...
I thought so too, but I guess not. So he saw you from across the bar. It really left your vibe. So soup.
But I like to imagine like
the
doctor like knows Cole, and he just keeps continually. He doesn't like him. He just continually pissing him off by not acknowledging him.
Why don't you come along with me, Mark? I'm here too, sir. Yeah, come along, Mark.
I know, Mark. That's why I'm replying to you.
Mark nodded, hoping to get some information from this creature. Before the professor left, Mark inquired, "Does it have a name, brother?"
We call him... That's not the short scale.
It's shifting a little bit, but yeah.
Hold up. The rake.
Why? Why would you call him that? Don't
Because-
worry about it.
Because I had a rake to play with the other day. He ate it.
He ate the rake.
Good. So now he has become the rake.
You digest only rakes. It's very strange.
He eats only rakes. That's why he's called the rake.
He's a little stupid, actually. We're kind of shocked by how fucking stupid this guy is. Was the man's only reply before exiting. Mark turned and sat down in the chair that was near the control panel, looking at it. He found the button that turned off the electrical fence device. Glad everything is very carefully labeled and stuff like that.
It would take only an idiot not to be able to.
You would be really stupid to turn off the electric fence because he is clearly a rabid monster.
Oh my. Hopefully after seeing my crimes against humanity, that reporter doesn't turn on me.
There was a small microphone sticking out on the far end of the panel. As he turned it on, Mark watched the rake with concern as he lay there, struggling to sit up as he panted heavily. Are you okay, brother? Mark asked cautiously. Why are we giving the rake a sad emo, sad boy backstory? Why does he need to be sad too? Why does every creepypasta need to be sad?
It's more relatable.
It's the
Because,
rake!
Yeah, but the rake's mom told him he couldn't go to the mall. My mom told me I can't go to the mall.
It's like that creepypasta, that Slenderman one. Fuck, what's it called?
Experiment 84.
Yeah, Experiment 84B, where it's Slenderman was actually a boy who was about to kill himself.
Yeah.
It's what?
Hey, you have nothing left to live for. You want to sign up for something?
You wanna get into a suit for me for no reason in particular?
You want to sell your soul to me or something?
He wasn't sure how the rake would react to the journalist attempting to talk to him. There was no response from the creature, so Mark pulled out a notepad and decided to study the creature in detail. No supervision to this, by the way.
Oh, so it can't talk, basically.
Yeah, I looked ahead. I think I can. This rake going to have a sad story. Thank you. Glad we were on the same page, Anthony. Multiple scratches could be seen on the rake's body. Some were old and had already turned into scars, but others looked fairly new and were still raw and bleeding. From what?
Were they hitting with a scythe?
hit him with a fucking knife. Machete to the back of the fucking rake.
Also, we have this one robotic arm with a machete attached to it. If it doesn't react to you, start hitting him with it.
What did you miss? Superstar, you missed Stone Cold Slenderman, and the rake is currently having a sad boy backstory. The scientist just left a journalist with him. Mark quickly sketched out the body shape of the creature and added the scars accordingly to where they appeared on. So you drew him. Okay. You didn't have to give a fucking.
Yeah, you drew him.
About that.
If he has scars, I'm gonna assume you're gonna fucking draw him. Also, you're a fucking reporter. Why are you drawing him? I mean, I guess they need
Yeah, sometimes they sketch things. I think I don't know, but why are you drawing him in detail?
Also, where's Cole?
Just dead. He was shot immediately on sight.
Experiment.
The guards on the outside, they let Mark in, and then Cole tried to get in. They shot him on sight.
One at a time.
6 old scars were on his head, 2 across the left eye, 3. I don't care. I'm moving on. The rake in his injuries, he realized he desperately wanted to end Panera Bread Industries. The scientist here had almost seemed to torture the. Yes, that is exactly what he did.
It didn't seem like it. That's what happened.
Mark is going to kiss his scars and tell the rake that he's beautiful. Your self-harm scars are beautiful to me.
These people don't define who you are, Rake.
Leaving him with multiple scars and even some broken bones. Yes, That's exactly what happened, yes. After a few minutes, Mark looked up again and nearly jumped back in surprise. The rake was standing near the window, watching the journalist draw. Oh, it's the rake. He can speak.
Do you want to do a silly voice or a serious voice?
Silly voice.
Okay.
Linkara.
No.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
We gotta find something else to reference.
Okay.
It depends on your definition of okay.
Which one is this?
I do Squidward, whatever. SpongeBob.
Depends on your definition. Okay. He said in a somewhat deep voice. What? Mark stammered.
I was answering your question. You asked if I was okay a few minutes earlier.
The rake replied, "Oh."
Was it you?
Mark raised an eyebrow. The rock eyebrow. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, the rake. Sorry, I forgot that you also don't read. The rake points at the control panel.
The electricity. Was it you who turned it off?
Yes, that was... Mark's mouth dropped as he finally got a good glimpse of the rake's forearms and hands. Long, skinny pieces of metal had been shoved into his... How had you not seen this? Smart but... Mark is interviewing.
We're bioengineered.
What?
Never mind. I forgot earlier. They already revealed that.
Yeah. Attached near the wrist, the center of the arm, and near the crook of the elbow, four even smaller pieces of metal extended out and attached to his fingers, which weren't even fingers at all. They were metal claws. They were no doubt meant to serve as fingers, and they somewhat looked like them, despite the fact that they were much longer than normal human fingers. Okay, thank you for using fingers multiple
times. Fingers or fingers?
His fingers look like fingers. Oh my god!
Despite the fact his fingers had been mangled to the point to where they almost weren't fingers, but they still were fingers.
They still were fingers, though. Mark paled when he saw blood where the metal claws began. He pointed a shaky finger at the rake's left hand. The creature noticed this and looked at his own hand. The journalist began The journalist heard what sounded like a bitter sigh. Swallowing hard, he asked, "What happened to your fingers?" The rake was silent for a long time. Then he held up his left hand and pointed at it with his right foreclaw.
Well, you see, Margaret Thatcher stopped by last week and gave me these things. What do you fucking think? I'm in an underneath lab. It was a fucking scientist, you fucking idiot.
Margaret Thatcher gave these to me as a present for my serving in the Iran War.
I was deployed to the Falklands.
I fought.
What are you fucking?
I fought Argentina. People die when they are killed, says Anthony Williams. Thank you,
who could have possibly given me these?
Who could have done this to me?
This is the result of them cutting off my fingers and replacing them with these.
The result was these.
The result.
He replied sullenly. He shook his head and then pointed at Mark's notepad. What? Oh, yeah, it's here.
What's that for?
Mark quickly explained who he was and what the notepad... Thank you for not explaining this in agonizing detail, because I just looked at the sidebar and oh my god. He noticed the rake's eyes light up. As much as black pits for eyes can light up.
You described them as vermilion earlier.
Yeah.
Black pits. So
I mean, I think the pupils were vermilion, but yeah, they can light up. And either way, they already lit up. You fool! You fool!
You fucking liar!
You baboon!
I will throw this water bottle at you.
When he started talking about the story he was working on.
You work for a newspaper?
Uh-huh.
So that means you'll be writing about what's happening in here.
The creature asked eagerly. Mark noticed how excited he sounded and nodded. That's right, brother. I'm gonna shift to Hulk Hogan now. I'm going to expose.
You can't decide on these voices, brother.
What? I'm going to expose these bastards for what they really are. I can't stand seeing anyone or the creature in pain. The young man sighed. I should probably get going. I'd like to get home before it gets dark. Sorry, I'm going to abandon you now.
By the way, you're gonna have to wait for me to embed for a little bit longer, brother.
You're gonna wait for these to be published and for lawsuits and stuff.
And they're all gonna be dead because they covered it up.
Yeah, you're gonna be in a hole in the ground, brother. Sorry.
You're gonna be like in a spam can.
Yeah. What?
They're gonna sell them into like Pete Butcher House.
Spam can. Spam is made out of the rake.
Yeah.
The skin around the rake's eyes angled upward slightly, suggesting he was disappointed that Mark was leaving. However,
This is Mark.
I haven't quite collected all the information I need just yet. I'm going to have to come back a few more times, the journalist added. The rake tensed.
Whoa. I can hear that other man coming back. Quick, turn. Oh, sorry.
Quick. Oh, wait, no. He backed away towards the center of the chamber.
Quick, turn that electricity back on.
He commanded. As Mark did so, the rake backed into the corner Mark had first seen him in.
Don't tell him that I spoke with you, Mark.
I mean, I won't have to. I'm sure there's cameras in the corners of the fucking enclosure and stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely a security camera.
Because if there weren't, this place would be fucking so... This would be the worst place imaginable. Is this worse than the Chuck E. Cheese not even locking the door to their secret laboratory?
Probably not.
No.
It's close.
At least they didn't want people in. These guys just let a journalist walk into the door.
But they also put a secret lab under a Chuck E. Cheese.
That's true. I won't. I promise.
When will you come back?
Tomorrow for sure. You can count on that. No, you can't. That is a very quick turnaround for a journalist to show up.
Yes. No.
Mark promised. He turned off the microphone, and as the rake crawled into the corner. A moment later, Professor Craig walked through the door.
So,
he said cheerily.
Were you able to get the rake to talk?
Mark shook his head. No such luck. He lied as he stood up.
You don't have to explain to me that he lied.
I'm aware that it's a lie.
Aware.
He's fully aware. But if it turns out the rake is tricking him, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Shame.
It's not going to happen, though. Don't give these people too much credit.
Shame. Oh well.
Shame. Oh well. You do realize, though, we have microphones and cameras in here, right?
And I guess I'll just go back to hitting it with this machete.
I guess I'm just going to shock it until it dies.
It's too bad you weren't able to get it to talk. I mean, that would have saved it.
Now I'm going to drop it into a pit of lava.
Now we're going to eat it.
Well, now that you've proven that it's not sentient, I'm going to eat it alive. Because it doesn't have a soul, you see.
It's with a fucking bib. You get the fucking fork and knife.
Alright, well, now that you've proven that it's not sentient, I'm going to shoot it with a missile to see what happens.
Oh my god. It blew up.
Exploded, oh god. Mark walked over
Interesting.
to the door before opening it. He turned back to the professor. Is it at all right if I come back? He asked the question hesitantly. The professor smiled. Why? Why is he doing this?
Of course. You're free to come anytime you need more information for your story.
What? I'm so confused. Why is this guy...
I'm going to take us down so I can get trials for the sins I've committed. I believe in justice.
I believe if God exists, I'm gonna go to fucking hell. Actually. Thanks, Mark said quickly. As the professor turned away, Mark noticed the rake had lifted his head to look at him. There was a pained expression on the creature's face, you know, from the machete that was chopping into him. It's all...
Well, the other half that wasn't being chopped.
As if all his painful memories had come flooding back to him at once. He gave the creature a reassuring nod as before exiting the room. Alright, now that he's gone, I'm going to shoot you with a flamethrower.
Oh, right. Where were we?
Oh, yes. Flamethrower.
Yes.
Yes. Shocking your genitals.
Yes. I'm going to carve you like a turkey.
Give me a second. I'm going to turn all the light in this room.
Alright.
Winter and its fucking darkness.
Darkness.
Imprisoning me. Fucking stupid. The man unlocked the door to his house and stepped inside. After locking it again, he headed over to where he kept his laptop. As soon as he grabbed his laptop, his phone rang. Quickly grabbing the phone, he answered. Hello? Oh wait. Hello. Oh, it's a new character. It's Kate. Give her a silly voice, Link.
Hi, Mark.
Awesome. Mark smiled as he realized that it was his fiancée, Kate. He didn't have her number saved in his phone.
Did you mention her when he woke up or anything?
Hi, Kate. He responded, walking towards his bedroom.
I heard you were working on a new story.
Where'd you hear that from? I didn't tell you. So
I'm following you.
Stalking. I've been stalking you, silly.
Think you can hide from me, you silly little thing.
It's slowly turning to Christian. Mark didn't respond as he sat on his bed. Yeah, he said slowly.
Mark, what's wrong?
Kate questioned. Mark began to explain how he had to write an article about Panera Bread Industries. When he got to the part about seeing the animals in the test chambers, Kate gasped.
I'm sorry, continue.
Oh, no.
Oh, she was apologizing for interrupting him. Manning they continued.
Mark then explained. Oh. Mark then explained how he met the rake. That's such a fucking funny sentence. In the conversation with him, he didn't describe to Kate what the extent of the rake's injuries were because he knew she'd react. How she reacted to blood?
She's
Just
squeamish.
the mention of it?
Just to mention, she starts
Screaming and
She start-
slamming her head out on the table.
starts chewing on the table.
Eating fucking wood.
Did I not mention that she's
She's a fucking crazy person.
a hamster?
She's a hamster. There was a long silence from Kate's end.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was just so riveted with the storyline.
What were his injuries?
She inquired quietly. Mark was surprised. Are you really sure you want to know? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're sure, Mark said. I managed to sketch the rake while the professor was out of the room. I'll send you an email so you can see it. He quickly... I almost said it in the voice. He quickly did exactly as he said and waited for her Kate's response. There was another gasp from her.
That's horrible.
She exclaimed.
What did they do to his fingers?
Well, Margaret Thatcher gave...
Well, Margaret Thatcher.
What the fuck do you think they did to his fingers?
What the fuck you think happened? He's in a fucking biolab.
What the fuck do you think happened?
They fucking tore him off. He ate them right in front of him.
He ate the fingers. So, like, the scientist is so evil that he chopped off the fingers, like, for the surgery, and then during the surgery he was like, actually, started eating them.
Yeah, he was like, Piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy tastes like roast beef.
Pause.
Sorry.
So good.
On second thought, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
I plan going back there a few more times. The rake seems to know quite a bit about what's going on within Alpha Lab. 3 more minutes of playtime. Mark stated.
Mark, do me a favor while I'm gone.
What do you mean while you're gone?
I'm going to war, Margaret Thatcher.
I'm gonna go fight the terrorists in Iran.
Margaret Thatcher needs my help.
Yes, Kate?
Shut those assholes down.
She said, a somewhat angry tone in her voice. Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting her to say it cheerily, you know? Shut those assholes down, brother. Mark smiled. You can count on that, Kate. As the two said their goodbyes, Mark realized how exhausted he felt. Glancing at his laptop, he sighed and he turned it off. He decided he would have plenty of time tomorrow to work on this article. Shoving his laptop underneath his bed, Mark laid back onto his bed. Thank you for using bed twice. God damn you.
He laid down on his table.
And closed his eyes, too tired to even change out of his clothes. Fucking disgusting, actually. The journalist soon found out, however, it was very difficult to fall asleep, with conflicting thoughts racing through his head. What if Professor Craig finds out that I was lying to him? What if they hurt the rake even more? What if they kill him? There were so many thoughts. All 3 of those thoughts were in his head at the same time.
My mind is racing. Help me.
These were many of the thoughts that were running through Mark's head as he unsuccessfully tried to sleep. I need to stop worrying. Craig won't find out I lied. I won't tell him. And the rake certainly won't speak to him. The journalist reassured himself. Regardless of what he told himself, Mark couldn't help but worry. Needless to say, this is the same exact paragraph as before. Mark, again, had a very uneasy sleep. Oh, God. Black on white is really fun for the eyeballs to read for 70 fucking minutes. God.
Hey, I will be right back. I promise, though. It will be like
how?
Less than a minute.
Okay, cool.
Like 30 seconds.
Okay, run. The next morning, Mark quickly planned out his story about Panera Bread Industries while he ate breakfast. The clock on the stove read 8 o'clock. If I leave now, I can get to Alpha Labs within an hour. Mark mumbled to himself, deciding that it was his best plan of action. Multiple spaces. Jesus. 2 spaces. Mark quickly finished his breakfast and headed out to his car. The drive to the lab seemed much longer to normal than normal. He's only done it once, so I wouldn't expect it to be very long. Margaret Thatcher is the true form of Zalgo. Jesus. He wasn't quite sure why, but he assumed it was because he was concerned about the rake. Yes, that is probably. Mark had never tried to form attachments with any creature, really, except his wife. So he was confused why this creature seemed to happen with the rake. Maybe it was because the rake seemed more human than creature. Well, yeah, it can talk and like has like a body and like sadness and stuff.
It's literally in the shape of a man.
It has like a face. It can talk.
It apparently has a soul.
And sentience. I have no idea why I give a shit about this thing. It's clearly torture.
Oh my god. I'm disgusted with myself.
Maybe it was because the rake was more human than creature. Mark sighed as he neared the gates of Alpha Lab. He really didn't want to go back in, but he knew he had to if he was to end Panera Bread Industries once and for all.
Your bland food is done.
Your French onion soup is particularly not great.
Better call me broccoli and cheddar, because I'm about to get you down.
Shut the fuck up. Holds up a featherless biped. Behold a man. While the journalist parked his car, an idea came to him. What if the security guards know something? Mark decided it was worth a shot. He drove his car through the fence.
Wait, Mark, why would you ask him? What does he know? What the fuck would he know that the main scientist doesn't?
I don't know, really. He needed a piece of information that he needed each piece of information he could find. Walking up to the guard, he reached into his sweatshirt pocket and found his notebook and his notepad and pen. The guards recognized the young man as he walked up to them. Morning, Mr. Black, the guard on the left said. Morning, Mark responded politely. He glanced around cautiously. Hey, is it alright if I ask you both a few questions? No, you can't actually. I'm not comfortable with that.
Oh, this wasn't in my job description.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck it. Let's see you both then.
Leave me alone.
The younger guard shrugged. You want to be the younger guard?
Sorry, I got a little lost. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Very good voice. Mark
I was trying to do
hesitated.
Sonic. That's not.
Yeah, Sonic here. Hey. He wasn't completely sure if the security guards even knew what was going on inside the laboratory. Pointing to the facility, he questioned, Do you know what's happening inside that building? The older security guard nodded gravely. Yeah. Have you tried telling anyone else?
No.
The younger guard admitted. Why not?
I don't know which one this is.
Even if we had tried, no one would believe us. They all think Panera Bread Industries is doing wonderful things when it's quite the opposite. With the exception of Omega Lab. With Omega Silver.
Omega robots.
Alpha and Omega. The movie. Mark didn't know how to respond. But what the guards had said made an awful lot of sense. Yeah, sure, I guess.
It doesn't make sense that.
Oh, does.
Sorry. It doesn't make sense that they're like tell us the world, but whatever.
Yeah, why are you here?
Why didn't they send you to a mega lab?
Why didn't they just show this thing off in to a crowd? Why did they send it? What is this? Everyone believed that Panera Bread Industries was doing great things. Like what? You haven't really explained what these people even do, to be honest.
Yeah, they just make people.
They just torture animals, from what I can see. Torture animals and shoot like lightning at people.
They employ wizards.
Yeah. Well, that's always good. Yeah, give jobs to the wizards.
Yeah.
Mark wasn't sure what exactly the scientists were doing at Gemma Labs. I know it's Gamma, but that creepypasta.
The stretch.
Shut the fuck up. Kill yourself. But since the journalist had a friend working in Omega Lab, which the industry had given up on, what? Since they weren't doing what was wanted. What?
Huh?
The lab went rogue, and I guess the industry just keeps paying them to do what they're not supposed to.
Is it hush money?
I don't know, man. It's what?
But then the lab wouldn't be in operation. They just fucking like sent them.
They just stopped doing what was told of them. They would be shut the fuck down. He knew what they weren't. He knew they weren't creating anything with selfish intentions. What? Quickly muttering his thanks to the guards, Mark continued on his way to the lab, dreading what he might find inside. Taking a deep breath, he opened the door and walked into Alpha Labs. Mark started to feel apprehensive as he took a right turn that led towards the Rake's test chamber. He felt slightly relieved when he realized there were no new animals in the other chambers. Yeah, just the old ones that were still being tortured. But,
Oh, thank God, they're still being tortured.
Oh, thank golly. They're still tortured.
I can't handle anymore.
Oh, thank God, it's just the old ones being tortured.
If they had any new ones, I might have started caring.
He felt slightly relieved when he realized, no new animals. But Mark was so concerned about the Rake. He had no idea of knowing what could have possibly happened to him when Mark left the previous day. As he reached the door that led to the Rake's test chamber, Mark could hear talking coming from inside. He recognized the voice of Professor Craig and assumed the scientist was trying to get the Rake to talk to him without any luck. Mark knocked on the door, and talking ceased. He heard movement from inside, and the professor opened the door.
Hello, Mr. Black. Well,
Mark nodded, smiling, even though he did greatly despise this man. Are you trying to get the Rake to talk again? Oh. No,
wait, that was
you. Sorry.
Are you up for trying to get the Rake to talk?
Mark shrugged. Sure, why not? Very enthusiastically. The journalist walked into the control room, while the professor walked out of it. Wait, why? Why is he just leaving? So confused what this man's motives are. Let me just make sure that you can have room to plot and scheme against me. Show you the door.
Sorry, the plot is calling.
Oh no, my Panera bread is burning. I have to go deal with that.
Oh no, my various loaves of bread are
burning up. Oh god, where the fuck was I? Shutting the door behind him. Once Mark was sure the scientist was gone, he sat down in the chair and turned off the electricity within the Rake's chamber. Then the scientist walks back in. He's like, "Oh, well, the bread was okay. Wait, what are you doing?"
I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh no!
Wait, excuse me against me.
Oh, the Rake, who had been pretending to— I'm going to eat your fingers. The Rake, who had been pretending to be asleep, looked up from his corner when he saw Mark. He walked over on all fours to the window and rose to his full height.
You came.
I'm a
You child.
Yeah. Of course, I never break a promise. The Mark responded. He wondered why Rake sounded surprised.
I can say that. Altercation.
Did you think I wouldn't come? Mark questioned. The rake's eyes narrowed it slightly as he looked away.
I've seen the way these humans work. They lie in vows they've made to others.
He hissed bitterly. His eyes
Yes.
His eyes turned red, and Mark could see his mouth begin to appear, his teeth glistening. Rake, not all people, Mark started to say.
Don't give me that crap, Mark.
The rake growled, pointed his foreclaw at him.
Plenty of humans are like that. Don't tell me you've never broken a promise.
Rake.
What?
I've broken a few promises and I've lied a couple times. But I'm being honest with you. It's just human nature. That's why communism won't work.
Right, don't you understand, brother? Communism fucking sucks.
Communism will never work, brother.
They're all just liars.
But what if we just change human nature? Rake, no!
Yeah, I open up.
I've broken a few promises. There's not much we can do about it, the Mark said. The rake's eyes narrowed even more, but the red in his eyes and his mouth began to disappear.
Was his mouth glowing red?
Yes. yes, it was.
The only one who's ever completely honest with me, Mark.
Yeah, I'm the only one you talk to, so. His eyes returned to their normal state.
And the only one that cares about me.
And then they started making out through the gross making out noises. Actually, there is someone else, Mark admitted.
How have you been cheating on me?
The creature asked skeptically. My fiance. The rake crossed his arms.
Yeah, okay.
He said sarcastically.
What does she think? I'm some sort of monster? Because I totally am.
I definitely am, for real. I have horrible face monstrosity. Mark shook his head. No, she's honestly worried about you. This is a romance, says Soup. Like, yeah, honestly, if they don't get together, I'll be mad at the end. I showed her my sketch last night, and she wants Panera Bread Industries shut down, just as much as you and I. Well, probably not as much as you, because they torture you all the time.
I think you're probably a little bit higher on the totem pole, brother.
Honestly,
love war.
I fucking are. I love the military-industrial complex.
He explained.
Honestly,
honestly, Rick, I would never lie to you. Couldn't get you a relationship ring. The creature was silent and limped towards the center of the test chamber and sat down. He gestured towards Mark with his claws, and had he seen the notepad in the man's hands and assumed he wanted to know some answers. Mark was amazed by this creature. He was so hot and ripped. Oh no, you're so hot, actually. It was obvious to the journalist that Professor Craig and the other scientists had created the rake to be a monster. Why? For what purpose did they make him a monster for?
We're going to make him a weapon of war.
It's like the Jurassic World movies. Fuck.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Unleash the rake against a fucking tank, okay? So let's see how fucking useful he is.
The rake just stepped on a landmine.
They're deploying the rake in Ukraine. It's like that picture of Freddy Fazbear being like airdropped by a helicopter.
I forgot about that. That was a long time.
Yeah, his mannerisms were very human. He had the capability of speech and many of the same feelings people have. Mark began asking questions. The rake answered them without hesitation, and then waited patiently as the journalist wrote down his answers. However, Mark noticed that whenever he asked the rake a question that was specifically for the creature, he waved it off or pretended to have not heard it. Well, that he wasn't answering without hesitation, was he? Why do you lie to me, fucking melon coffee? David Gordon says they are using nuclear bombs to deploy the rake. They're using nuclear bombs to deploy the rake. Look out, Putin. Fatty Fazbear and the rake are coming after you. This is how we'll turn the tides in Ukraine.
Sending the rake.
How we'll stop Israel. Maria. Reaching the end of his list of questions, Mark wondered why the rake had ignored the queries specifically about him. Rake, why won't you respond to any of my questions about you? Mark asked cautiously. The rake grew silent. He stayed that way for a while until a long sigh came from him.
Mark, I don't want anyone else to know me.
He finally said quietly. Why not? Mark was shocked. The other animals weren't being treated very kindly either, but the rake was the only one Mark had seen that had been injured rather severely. Well, except
he was also the only one who could fucking talk.
He's the only one that had sentience, yes.
I don't think that's the main problem. I'm sure the other animals would love to tell you.
Yeah, I'm sure the other animals would love to have their story spread.
Unfortunately, they're fucking animals.
It's yours.
Oh, sorry. Other subjects have died. That's a horrible reason.
The rake spread his arms out, as if suggesting that a wide expanse of animals had died.
I have not. There are others that are dying, albeit slowly. I am more concerned for them than for myself. Okay, but you're the only one who can talk.
Yeah, you're the only one that can... I'm the one asking you questions.
Is he trying to be noble, saying he wants their story heard?
Yeah, I think.
The story that they can't tell?
Also, though, I'm a journalist, so I need, sources for my claims. So all the shit that you're telling me, I need to, back it up and say, oh, this who told me this. I can't just namelessly drop... You can't namelessly drop, oh yeah, this fucking company tortures puppies on the weekends without, explaining why. Why I know that.
They're putting, puppies in fucking popcorn.
Popcorn, they're calling it.
Popcorn. I forgot what it was.
For them. Yeah, he sighed again.
Mark, I know you're worried about me, but I want you to answer this.
Mark watched as the rake stood up and looked at him.
Do I honestly look like something someone would care about?
I mean, you could talk and I care about you clearly, and yeah, actually. Mark hesitated. The question at first. Right now, yes.
All right, fair enough.
Oh wait, you actually answered that. Okay, yeah, I guess it.
Well,
guess you're right.
You've ruined my argument.
I guess you're right. Actually, now that you put it into terms like that.
But what would happen if I suddenly turned on somebody?
Rake, that's a completely different story.
You're right, Mark. It is a completely different story, but I'm still gonna do it.
Mark muttered. His red eyes and his mouth appeared, revealing dagger-like teeth.
What about now, Mark? Does it look like anybody would care about me now?
You're very like petulant for like a cereal monster. The creature hissed menacingly, pointing his foreclaw at the journalist. No, Mark.
Okay, now he's lying to him.
Yeah, now I'm lying. Mark said quietly as he looked down at the floor. Not really. I mean, you could just not do that though, because like,
Yeah.
you don't have to turn your eyes red. Why does your eyes turn red, by the way?
That's all the radium they fed me.
I'm radioactive, Mark.
I'm radioactive, Mark.
The race mouth. Yeah. He's gonna die of radiation poisoning. That's why
Oh,
there's
my
glass.
God.
The glass is radiation proof. That's why he's back there.
His fucking cell was made of lead.
The rake's mouth disappeared and the red vanished from his eyes. He began to walk back towards his corner, but paused and looked back at Mark. The journalist was now looking at him with concerned expression on his face.
You've had no idea how many dying screams I've heard, Mark.
The rake said in a hoarse whisper. He continued towards his corner and lied down. Awesome. Hiding in the shadows. Rake! The creature's head appeared from the shadows.
Yes.
How long have you been here? The rake's head disappeared again.
Too long, Mark. Far too long.
The next 2 days were the same for Mark. Get up, head to Alpha Labs, talk to the same scientists. Talk to some of the scientists, talk to the rake. And then head home to work on the article. However, Mark noticed that the rake seemed morose. I can't understand why he would be sad in this situation.
What is wrong with him? I'm trying to help him cheer up, brother.
But unwilling to talk to Mark, the rakes actually seemed to accept and somewhat enjoy his company. Today, something seemed off to Mark. He wasn't sure what, but he knew something was bound to have terrible consequences. What? As he walked towards the gates, he noticed the usual security guards weren't there. Perhaps they have a day off, Mark thought. At least that's what he hoped. He quickly headed through the gates and towards the front door, but was very reluctant to enter. Nevertheless, Mark pulled the door open and stepped inside. Though it was likely it didn't show on the outside, Mark was feeling very apprehensive. He walked a bit faster through the halls of the lab than he had halls of the lab than he had the previous 3 days. Awesome. Glad we got to this point.
Beautiful.
The few scientists he passed greeted him and he returned it politely, hoping his anxiety wasn't showing. Finally, Mark reached the rake's testing chamber. He couldn't hear anyone inside the room, so he opened the door. As soon as he stepped inside, he swiftly closed the door behind him. Mark noticed the rake seemed very agitated. He was pacing around and seemed to be muttering to himself. As he turned off the electricity, the rake looked up. His black eyes were wide, indicating that he was surprised.
Mark, what are you doing here? I thought you had finished Sorry.
What?
I thought you had finished collecting your information.
He said, I did, but I thought I'd stop by and thank you for the information you gave. You did not have to do this. But
You could have thanked him by freeing him.
yeah, the journalist hadn't heard the door of the control room open behind him. The rake was silent. He seemed unnaturally silent to Mark's reply. The journalist couldn't figure out why until he saw the creature's posture. The rake was now crouching on the ground, and he appeared to be trembling. Mark was now thoroughly baffled. The expression on the creature's face had changed from surprise to horrified? Or was it fear? That's the same.
Who the fuck?
Like, that's a fucked up sentence. Did you see that? From surprised to horrified, or was it fearful? Like, horrified.
What definition was he used here?
to you, by the way.
Mr. Black, I wasn't informed that you were here.
Mark stiffened when he heard Professor Craig's voice. Got a boner. Bless you.
Thank you.
He slowly turned around to find not only Professor Craig, but 3 other scientists as well. Mark's eyes narrowed. He was tired of pretending to be nice with this monstrosity of human being. Bro, he literally tortures like a monster every day. He will totally torture you if you fucking like swing on him.
Why would he have other scientists instead of like guards?
He's the scientists about to throw hands. I know what I need to fucking interrogate this man. The winchiest fucking sickly ass person ever. Scientist. Let's go. Yeah.
Cracks knuckles.
The professor seemed to be surprised with Mark's reaction. It's you.
Mr. Black, is there a problem?
No end quotation mark, so I guess he's still talking.
Mark glanced back at the...
Mark glanced back at the rake. He still seemed to be cowering in the middle of the chamber. Yes, Professor, there is a problem. Professor raised an eyebrow.
Oh. And what would that be?
You are the problem, Professor. Professor Craig looked over Mark's shoulder at the cowering rake in the test chamber.
You actually care for that thing.
Yes, an unimpressed expression crossed his face.
He's a monster, Mr. Black. Nothing more than an animal. Well,
isn't he like, didn't you call him like your prize experimentation or something earlier?
yeah, but like,
I
he's
guess
got to dehumanize it.
Yeah, I guess he like shoots it with flamethrowers or something every day.
He does like take a machete and whack its face.
You like beat it to death every chance I get. But
he cut off its fingers and eat them in front of him.
he sent it to fight in fucking the Falklands.
He did give it to Margaret Thatcher for a weekend.
Mark wasn't easily angered, but the professor's statement pushed the young journalist over the edge. You created him to be that way, he exclaimed angrily. You are the only one to blame, Professor Craig.
How so?
So when is Mark in the ring gonna guess? Says David Gordon.
How so?
Mark couldn't believe how obnoxiously oblivious this man was being towards the rake, considering how poorly he had treated him. Do you not see him? You cut off his fingers, electrocute him, and cut him multiple times. He hates you and now believes every human being to be the same. He's told me himself. What? The professor simply rolled his eyes and shook his head. I know, this guy's such a fucking Chad, honestly.
Yeah. Listen to me, Mark. The rake has no feelings. He can't comprehend them. And he can't talk. We've tried to make... He literally just admitted.
Yes.
Like, he was obviously lying to you. We've tried to make him.
Mark Sally grew more angry. That doesn't give you the right to treat him like that, the journalist shouted. He's more than you. He's more human than you are, Professor. You are a monster. Oh, yeah, brother. Don't you care what happens to other animals?
I'm a scientist, Mark. I have no time to care for these test subjects, especially the rake. I just killed him.
I'm a scientist, Mark. Therefore, I just like murdering things. I like torture.
Remember in in biology class when you had to cut open a frog?
It was alive. It was alive and could talk and scream.
It didn't have feelings, or at least that's what I thought.
Mark glared at the man before standing before him. His deep-seated hatred for this man was now adding to his anger. You're despicable, Professor Craig, Mark spat, meaning every word that was said in that single sentence. Yeah, Professor. He definitely meant Professor.
I know.
Mark took a step back out of astonishment. He had to admit that was frightening now. The certainty behind the professor's words meant he knew exactly what he was doing and why. The professor could not come up with legitimate reasons, with a legitimate response. Professor Craig reached into his pocket and he pulled his hand out. He was holding a small object, a small pistol. Mark's eye, yeah, he's gonna shoot this man in the fucking head.
You really think that I'm going to eat your fingers next?
Eat your fucking fingers.
Yum yum in my tum tum.
Remember cutting open a frog in science class? It turned me on, and it is the only reason why I became a scientist.
I fucking loved it when I cut open the
Frog.
light.
Mark's eyes widened and he backed up to the control panel. The rake stopped trembling and watched as what was happening within the room outside the test chamber. His eyes narrowed as a low growl rumbled from his throat. He stood up, red showing up in his eyes, and the skin where his mouth should be vanished, exposing his glistening white teeth. The rake walked up to the window and stood behind Mark, his shoulders hunched and his claws scratching at the thick glass. 3 scientists behind Professor Craig backed up slightly, terrified at the horrifying beast behind the journalist. The professor didn't seem to notice. How? He's fucking 8 feet tall.
No one noticed the electrical fence isn't working.
Yeah, the professor just didn't give a shit. Mark could hear the rake scratching at the window behind him, but he didn't turn to look. He was still waiting for Craig to attempt something. Watching closely, Mark saw the professor begin to squeeze the trigger very slowly. I'm going to shoot you eventually.
Unfortunately, my trigger finger
It's broken. It's very hard to squeeze.
was cursed by a witch, and now it goes slower than my other fingers. That's why I'm so obsessed with fingers.
He's cursed by a witch. Mark quickly ducked down and was suddenly glad he hadn't tried to jump to the right to dodge the bullet. The professor had awful aiming abilities, so the bullet ended up hitting the rightmost part of the window. So he shot. And, somehow the bullet went, in the completely different direction.
It fucking curved.
Curved upwards. He defied gravity and shot into the fucking ceiling.
By terrible aim, he meant he couldn't fucking get that hole.
He was literally cursed as a child, not be able to aim.
My bullets were also cursed by a witch.
The bullet shot right through the thick glass, leaving a hole
so
with small cracks around it. Oh, so it's not very good glass, actually. So, yeah, you're right.
So the break could have broke through at any time.
Or the giant wolf.
I guess that's what the lightning's for.
Yeah,
the lightning wizard.
Why would you be able to turn... What? I feel like you would have more defenses on this, because if you have a blackout, I guess the rake's just going to kill you now.
Yeah.
The rake stopped scratching at the window and cast his gaze over to the small hole that was newly created. The way out, he thought, finally. He quickly limped over to the hole and began to clawing at it, trying to make it big enough to leap through. Now the scientists in the room began to panic. Professor Craig paled slightly as he saw the grim realization of the situation. Just shoot him again.
Yeah, you have a gun.
Oh, it's you.
Why isn't the electricity on in that chamber?
Is the scientist cross-eyed, says David Gordon. He thought frantically. Also, there's a button to turn it off. Why would you not just assume he turned it off? And then he realized what Mark must have done. That Mark must have turned it off when he came here. He glowered. he glowered at the journalist as he
Ooh, I'm going to start glowing now.
as he stalked towards him
And shrink.
He still had the pistol in his hand, but it only had what?
Why would you only have one?
Why would you have 2 bullets in your gun?
Weirdo.
he came with a Derringer.
Yeah, he came with a fucking Altor.
He came with like a Nerf gun with 2 darts in it.
That's why you fucking saw the finger, because like with the Altar, you have to pull the trigger back and let it go to shoot.
Stupid. He still had the pistol in his hand, but only had 1 bullet. And now that he was within the rate test, he's not though. What?
He got so scared he was in there trying to hide.
He jumped through the window.
Ah.
He crashed through the glass. Oh no! Oh no! The rake's can't get through. I have to escape.
Wait, this isn't the right way.
Oh no!
Were you trying to pistol whip Rake? Wait.
Yeah, he hit the Rake's test chamber.
He's about to pistol whip someone.
No thanks to his lousy aim. As the professor raised his pistol, preparing to bring it down on Mark's head, the sound of shattering glass was heard, along with a loud snarl. You got a pistol? What?
You have 1 bullet. What?
I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna torture you myself, cause that's the bottom line. Stone Cold Rake says so.
We're here all night, folks.
No, we won't do it. I'm gonna kill myself. Burner. What? The crowd starts, the other side just starts screaming "what" as the ring starts beating him up.
The fucking crowd starts cheering.
Head shoulders are where the fuck was I? Yeah. Craig looked to his left and his mouth dropped open. The rake stood there. Unintentional idiot plot. The rake stood there, hard, shoulders hunched, arms spread out, red eyes narrowed, and his mouth opened menacingly, his long black tongue hanging out. If there was ever a moment the professor was truly terrified, this would be it. Lunging forward, the rake knocked the pistol out. I guess the professor didn't even try to shoot him.
Yeah, he tried.
Oh, I'm dead, I guess. So.
Well, he only had the 1 bullet. Remember?
I suppose so. That's true. He kicked the. Knocked the pistol out of the professor's hand. The creature was now standing between Mark and the other man. Hissing, he kicked the professor into the wall. This is my version of the rake, where he just starts doing kung fu.
He starts killing everyone. This truly was the rake versus everyone.
The closest we'll ever get. I'm just kidding. I'll do that shit eventually. He stalked towards him. The rake glared down at him as the man stared fiercely at him, trembling. The rake began to laugh as it started out as a deep, throaty chuckle and changed into an almost maniacal laughter. Yet it never changed in pitch. When he stopped, his eyes narrowed into a glare, and a sadistic grin tugged at the corners of the creature's lip. I thought he didn't have lips. Wait.
No, yeah, he didn't have
playtime. I hate all of you. I hate my entire channel. 101 people that I hate subscribe to me. He lifted his foot and stomped on the professor's left shin, shattering the bone, causing the professor to yelp. The rake leaned closer to the man's face, quietly growling.
How does it feel to be on the other side of the pain, Professor?
He's spat, pointing his foreclaw at the man.
Feels like hell.
Craig was too scared to reply. Also, probably in horrific pain.
Yeah. I'm sure his words were probably, "Ow, my fucking leg!"
Ah! Screaming. You got a broken leg? What? You in hell? What? Didn't think this would happen today, did you? What? He stared fearfully at the long claw in front of his face, which was now a ghostly white. What? Oh, the face was a ghostly white.
Yeah.
The ray rose to his full height, towering over the man, now quaking below him. He turned towards the other scientists in the room. They stood near the door, his eyes wide and mouths agape with terror. The ray bared his teeth and snarled at them, looking over his shoulder at Craig. The rake said,
I should kill you first. However, I think I'll enjoy watching you suffer.
David Gordon says no one can stop Stone Cold Rake. Stone Cold says. Every character in the Creepypasta universe is now Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I should kill you. What? However, no, I'm not doing that.
However, I think I want to watch you suffer. What?
That's the bottom line. The Stone Cold said so.
This is the worst. With that being said, the rake leapt at the nearest colleague of the professor, claws extended. Mark watched as the rake's claws pierced the man's throat. He looked away and closed his eyes when the rake began to drag his claws downward. The journalist wished he had covered his ears as well. He could hear the blood and viscera spill out onto the floor. He shuddered and curled up in the corner near the hole where the rake had gotten out and tried to drown out the sickening noises. He put 2 conch shells up to his ears. Trying to hear the sea.
Oh man, I hear the sea.
The sea, brother. From the opposite side of the room. Rake ripped his claws through the man he had just eviscerated and turned to the other 2. Out of panic, one of the scientists ran towards the door. The rake struck out his leg and tripped. Okay, how much longer is he? Is he just gonna murder these people? His scene was half-assed. Yeah, he turned to Professor Craig. Before reached out, the rake suddenly remembered that Mark was in the room. He looked over towards the right corner where the journalist was huddled.
Mark.
Stone Cold verse. Mark opened his eyes, and tried not to gag at the carnage in the room. Then he looked towards the rake, trembling, swallowing. He managed to stammer out, Yeah.
Finish that article. Expose these bastards for what they truly are. Monsters. But don't tell anyone about me.
I think that might be a mute point now because they're all dead. But
Literally.
Mark nodded slowly and stood up shakily. As he passed by Professor Clegg, he shot the man a glare, but then a thought occurred to him. Rake, why didn't you kill me? I thought you hated me. You're a fucking moron. He just said you're the only one he likes.
Literally, the whole point of this fucking story is that you're best friends with the rake.
Why didn't you kill me? Why? I thought you hated humans. Why?
Shut up. It's all coming back to me.
The attitude arrow now. The attitude arrow wide.
I thought you hated humans. What? I thought you. I died. What? I thought you were gonna kill me. What? And that's Stone Cold. So.
Turn on the channel. Turn to the WWE wide. You see the rake there. Wide. It's almost over. Thank God. It's almost over. Oh, it's you, Link. He said confused.
Oh, man. I spared you because you were the only one to ever give a damn about. That was literally the entire plot of this fucking
We
story.
know, yeah, like, are you fucking actually asking me that? Like, you fucking
Are you
Mark.
fucking stupid?
Mark explained quickly. What about the other animals? I'm gonna eat them, Mark. I don't know.
I've got that covered. I'm awfully hungry. Now get out of here. You're not gonna want to see this.
Eats his fingers.
My salt.
Stop. Mark left the room and shut the door. Quickly walked towards the exit. It wasn't long until Mark heard an enraged roar and blood-curdling shriek. He flinched and watched as other scientists rushed towards the same room Mark had just... Why? Why would they go towards it? He even noticed the 2 security guards from outside head there as well.
There are only 2 security.
Yeah, 2 security guards in this fucking like evil laboratory. Yes. Not wanting to hear the sounds of the impending carnage, Mark ran the rest of the way to his car. Upon reaching it, he started it up and drove away, unsuccessfully trying to wipe his memory of the events of the Alpha Labs. Oh my god, how's there more? Wait, I think I saw something. Wait, no, it's gonna be worth it. The next day, Mark turns.
You're talking about what I think. I saw that earlier. Sorry.
What?
You're talking about what I think you are. I saw that earlier.
It's gonna be so funny. I know when voice is coming back. The next day, Mark he turned his article mad. He turned his article to his boss. Quickly reading it over, Mark's boss nodded with his approval and sent Mark on his way. Yeah, this makes sense. A giant monster, you say? Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh wow, I knew it. Spongy boy, I knew it was a monster in there all along.
Yeah, I mean that's literally why he was sent there. Why is this a surprise? When he was
You're telling me there was a monster in there.
Oh no! How could I have known? He was great with a pleasant surprise. Kate was waiting for him when he walked through the door and into the kitchen. Mark was very glad Kate was back. Where was she? She went to Thailand for a few days.
She was a flight.
She had missed her dearly and was looking forward to enjoying her company again. The journalist had been quite lonely living by himself. He'd only jerked off to the thought of the rake 3 times in the last 4 days.
All he had was the rake.
Even if it had only been a few days. Kate wanted to know what happened over the course of her absence. Mark explained everything start to finishing, but excluded the gory and gruesome details of the deaths of the scientists within Alpha Labs. A look of concern crossed her face.
What happened to the rake?
She questioned. Mark shrugged. I have no idea. I'm assuming he got out of the laboratory, though. And that was the end of the conversation. Neither Mark nor Kate spoke of the rake or of Panera Bread Industries ever again. Within a couple days, Mark's article was published in the newspaper, exposing Panera Bread Industries and their cruelty. Kate was sent to the Falklands by Margaret Thatcher.
What they say?
Margaret Thatcher had sent Kate to the Falkland Islands.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think that was what our fucking joke was.
Within a couple days, yeah, exposing the cruelties. There was no mention of the rake whatsoever. It was as if he had never existed. The authorities arrived at Alpha Lab to find the place a bloody mess, and their assumption that one of the test subjects had gotten loose and was unable to be contained again. Yeah, just a wolf killed like 20 people.
Yeah. A random wolf, like a monkey.
Chimpanzee just murdered like 20 people in a row. So they found many animals within the test chambers with mutilated body parts spread across the floor. It seemed that this was the only way that the animals had been eaten. What? It seemed that this was only way that the animals had eaten and survived. Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
this is their food source.
Yeah, the fucking body parts everywhere. Well, fuck all like the cows and shit, I guess. Like, died
I like
immediately.
how fucking the rake was like, "Don't worry, I know what to do," and he just gave them food.
He just ran away. He just murdered everybody that left. Don't worry, I got this.
Don't worry, I got
And then as soon as he left the room, he was like, I don't give a shit about these dudes, actually. They searched the facility and were surprised to find a dark green door hidden in shadow at the end of one hall. 3 officers cautiously approached it and hesitantly swung the door open. The toxic scent of blood and rotten stench of death permeated the air and forced the officers to turn away and discuss. Working quickly, the officers identified scientists within the room. When they were done, they reported to the lead officer in charge of the investigation, deciding there was nothing else they could do. Well, besides clean up. This were 20
do your
people.
job.
Authorities left, but not before freeing the trapped animals. Yep.
You can't just release random animals into the wild.
Yeah, just release like a wolf into like the Chicago Bay Area.
Fucking a bionic wolf.
I forgot I had like a fucking robot arm. The rake was surprised by how easily he killed the guards. I mean, it's not like he had knives for fingers or something.
It's not like they had guns with only one, with more than one bullet in them.
David Gordon says, "Where's the Mark X rake sex scene I was promised?"
I know, it's really fucking disappointing.
So mad, honestly. He took the entrails and body parts of the scientists and gave them to the rest of the tough subjects located throughout the lab. After this was done, the rake exited the lab and ran off on all fours.
We kind of understood that.
Yeah, I know. I put 2 and 2 together, yes. I didn't think he was evaporated into nothingness.
He didn't fucking melt like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, God. Without looking where he was going, the rake ran headfirst into a very tall object.
Ow.
He muttered. He figured he had run into a tree trunk, but was surprised to find that was not the case at all. First of
Why
all,
would the rake know what a tree?
the trunk of the tree was extremely skinny. Well, of course, the tree trunks aren't always like fucking 12 feet across, you know.
Yeah, like there's
Second.
many trees.
The bark appeared to be fabric. God damn it! Oh, for fuck's sake, says Anthony.
Remember at the beginning when you hoped that he would show up?
Running through the woods, wide. Escaping a laboratory, wide.
No!
David Gordon says no. Looking up, the rake saw he had ran into someone wearing a business suit. A low growl emanated from his throat, but was abruptly stopped when he realized this thing was not human. It was easily 10 feet tall. The limbs were much more elongated, and the man's skin was white. Caucasian. The tall man seemed to have noticed the rake and crouched down so that he was at the rake's eye level. The rake was surprised to see that the man had no face whatsoever. Well, you have no face? Why?
Why did the rake turn into Stone Cold too?
They're both Stone Cold. The man's head was cocked slightly. It's Joe Biden. As if observing the smaller creature in front of him. Never seen your kid. Never seen you around here before. Why? The man said. 1 second, I gotta take this call. I'll be right back.
Guys, if you can hear me, Bioman 12 is holding me hostage. This isn't funny. He keeps doing. He's dressed up like Stone Cold Steve Austin right now. He's doing the stunner to like ballistic gel dummies. I don't know why. I think I'm going to be next. I need help ASAP. If you got this, my location is What? Oh no! No, he's coming. Ah! Ah!
Go! Go! Link, you here? Link?
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good.
That was honestly really good timing. The story I was telling.
What was the story?
I was. I was saying how you were dressed up as Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you were keeping me hostage, and you were like stunning fucking
stunning you every
jailed
day.
up.
Never seen you around here before. Why? The man said. Rake's eyes narrowed slightly as he pointed towards the direction of Alpha Labs.
That's because I've been trapped in that damn laboratory this whole time.
Damn laboratory, what? He snapped. The man said nothing for a while, but he could see that this creature was badly injured and was clearly exhausted. He was, however, cautious. The creature seemed to carry a lot of anger and hatred towards him, and the man wanted to know why. What's your name, what?
What?
What? He asked.
I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
Lorraine countered. He wasn't sure if he could trust this unusually tall man quite yet. Fair enough, what? The man agreed. My name is Stone Cold Slender Man. What?
I'm the Rake Tentacles.
I'm the Rake Suicide.
I'm the Rake Suicide.
The Rake said tiredly. He could slowly feel his energy leaving him. Stone Cold Slender Man could see that the Rake's suicide was growing tired. A single tentacle protruded from his back. The Rake looked surprised and began to back away. I'm only trying to help you, what? You're clearly exhausted and in no condition to walk, what?
What makes you think I'm going with you?
You obviously don't like humans, what? I live in a place where there are none, what? Only other beings like us, what? You're welcome to stay there, unless you want to stay here with these noisy humans, and that's the bottom line. Just don't go. Stone Slender Man said so.
There are more creatures like us.
The Rake questioned. He was relieved to hear that. Slenderman nodded. So, will you come with me, what? It's like a cheat code. It gets you like every single time.
What?
What? Just because Stone Cold said so, what?
My favorite fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin of all time is when he randomly shows up in the show Dilbert.
He does. My favorite's when he's like he beats fucking Booker T in a fucking like a grocery store.
Oh, yeah, you did do that. I need to clean up on aisle 3. What?
You're at a grocery store, what? Getting some milk, what?
We're almost done.
What?
We're almost done.
We're almost done, what? The Rake didn't think long about the decision. He nodded slowly but reluctantly, allowed Slenderman to wrap his tentacle around his midsection and to carry him. The Rake honestly didn't feel very comfortable this high off the ground, but he soon realized it wouldn't matter as he was planning on sleeping anyway. Slenderman looked down what? At the sleeping Rake once before, quickly heading to the hidden town where his brothers and other creatures lived.
Halloween Town.
Bioman's humor reads dialogue that ends it with what? What? It's what? It's not why. It's Stone Cold, bro. Fake fan.
Ooh, a fake fan band.
The other creatures lived. With a few steps, he disappeared into the shadows, and that's the longest story we've ever. Oh my god!
He's got to edit.
Oh my god, now!
I own Mark Tate and unfortunately Professor Craig.
The Slender Man and the Rake are owned by whoever owned them. Okay, let me just go ahead and say something that I want to say the whole time. Melon Coffee rolls the fucking Melon Coffee posts the worst plot twist and worst fucking plot hole of all time. Ask to deviant art.
Ask to leave deviant. I thought this should be mentioned. I should mention this. This is in my own little headcanon. The Rake hates human beings, which stems from his experience as being a test subject inside Alpha Labs.
Dude, I understand what you fucking meant.
I noticed, yes. This is true. Also, yes, they do mean sexual offender man, Anthony. And no, it appears that the creepypasta community has not realized that there's something wrong with having this character in their fandom. In his creepypasta story, it makes no mention of him hating humans. He seems more indifferent, however. I'm just kind of assuming that considering what happened with him, with that woman, her and her daughter, I have no idea. If you have no idea. If I have no idea what you're talking about, I'm not reading a story called The Rake Origin. Like, because that's like the first thing that happens in the Rake story.
Yeah, you would fucking think it's like a history of literally the garden tool. This is like his fucking senior thesis.
There's also a story called Skinwalker that features the Rake, and in that one he seems more aggressive towards humans. What?
Oh my god.
Anyway, you can think what you want about the Rake's ad towards humans, but this is what I personally think. This entire story is 11 and a quarter pages. 11 and a quarter pages, people.
11 pages too many.
Yeah, it's about 10 and a half too many, brother. Oh, yeah, Anthony points this out. Despite being called Rake Origin, it certainly lacked an origin. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I wanted to know, yeah, this probably took 3 days and hours to complete, and there are also 7,272 words. So many. Anyway, out of the blue, I wanted to know if the Rake had an origin story. I searched around and found... I don't need you to, like, explain this to me. Why do you, like, you're... all this nonsense. It's probably not as well written as some other of my literature, so I apologize. Yeah.
I hope it's not as well written.
It's probably not as well written as some, so I apologize. Some of the parts are somewhat vague as well. Yeah. I honestly felt bad for the Rake, though. Yeah, I mean, you wrote him to be murdered.
Are you trying to tell me how to feel post story? I understand the concept that torture is bad.
I mean, being created in the lab, beaten cut up severely, and even having your frickin' fingers cut off. Yeah, it's almost like you wrote it so he had a sad origin story.
I understand that it's supposed to be sad when the scientist man cuts off his fingers and eats it right in front of him.
So I'm assuming that the Rake went back and fucked Mark's wife. Okay,
the Rake broke out, fucked Mark.
Fucked Mark and his wife. I personally found his actions. Yeah, I can tell.
You're supposed to be writing them to be justifiable.
You wrote it.
Don't fucking put an edit afterwards. Fucking write it.
I love this. I love this person. I love that they're explaining to you that they made it justifiable.
This is like
at the end of. Wait, no, you first.
It's like in SCP-5000. Where, like, you're kind of like, I don't really understand what's going on. So you have to read the fucking, like, explanation of what happened in order to understand.
This is like...
But...
Oh, sorry, continue.
Sorry.
No, you.
Okay. Well, but the difference is that SCP-5000 is good, even if you don't fully understand it. It's still at least a little cool.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so fun. See, here's my thing. This is like if at the end of Clockwork, the author was like, yeah, I know she, like, murdered all those people, but I think I made it justifiable by the fact that she was raped, tortured, and beaten as a child. And it's like, yeah, I suppose you kind of did, but also, like, that doesn't make the story good.
Oh, it's a fucking shitty story!
However, in my opinion, I didn't really expect anyone that reads this to agree with me, but honestly, Professor Craig asserted that, yeah, we know! You wrote him tortured animal. know you just read my 11-page fanfiction, but in case you didn't understand it, it's super.
I think he deserved to die. This is like a fucking apology video. I'm sorry I killed Professor Craig.
I don't really want to know what the rake did to him. You wrote it.
You told us.
He broke his leg and then ripped him apart. I didn't want to think about it, but whatever it is, he fully deserved it. Yeah, you made him.
Oh my god.
Why-
Melon coffee.
What kind of like level of autism is this? To be honest, like what tier where you wrote a story and then you're like justifying the murdering of a character who's completely reprehensible in the story to your fans. The ending part actually goes back to what happened after Mark left the lab. You see how the rake meets Mr. Yes,
We know what's in the fucking. We read it.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. That's intelligent. I mean, arguably.
That's all I had to say. Fucking wrote another fucking paragraph after it's done.
I own Mark
Another-
Cade, and unfortunately, why would you say unfortunate? If you don't like him, why'd you make him? What the fuck did you write this story? You did not expect people to like it.
I'm not gonna assume you fucking like Dr. Craig's because you say, "Oh, I own him."
Yeah, I own him. So therefore, I think that like torturing puppies is cool.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think Professor Craig is my favorite character. Don't hate me.
Slenderman and the Rake belong to whoever created them. You couldn't even fucking Google. How do you not know Victor Surge at this point? If you're in creepypasta.
Bro's never heard of Victor Surge.
Bros, you please.
Bro's never heard of 4chan.
Okay, so some of the comments. I agree with you. Thank you, Ragnaturi. It's beautiful, cool, and kind of creepy. Deleted account says, I read every single word except for the violent parts because I get scared like Kate. And that's all the comments. So, any final thoughts on Rake the Origin link?
Melon Coffee writes the worst post story fucking Reddit or edit ever. Asked to leave DeviantArt.
Melon Coffee writes the worst edit I think author's note ever is asked to leave the internet. All right, you ready?
Okay, like
what?
Well, one more thing on Melon
Yes.
Coffee. Sorry, Melon Coffee's thing.
Yes.
Like, you can't just leave huge plot holes like that. Obviously, you also can't just write an. Also, well, you can do it, but please don't write an edit where you're trying to be like, you see, justifiable. Yeah, we're trying to like explain your story. Like, let the fucking reader figure it out.
Why are you trying to justify or like not justify? Why are you trying to villainize the villain of the story during this edit? Like, of course he's.
Oh my
not
god,
good.
the villain was evil. Who would have thought?
The one who said that he's completely okay with torturing animals and fucking like sentient beings.
Yeah, the one who said he fucking really liked it when he cut that frog open.
Okay. You ready, Link?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Ring Around the Rosie is better than Rake the Origin, correct? Right?
It is, because one, it's so much shorter.
It's so much fucking shorter.
It might actually be like formatted a little bit better.
Yeah.
I can't remember how. I honestly like
Both
the
have-
Rake.
Yeah.
They were both pretty well formatted, I guess.
But also, why the
was
fuck
hard.
did the Rake have links at the beginning to itself?
I don't know.
Rake.
That makes no fucking sense.
The Rake deserved better. Anyway.
It was like trying to jingle the keys in front of your face.
It did, I guess. I was definitely entertained by it for a second. All right.
Do you want to be Wiz or Boomstick?
I think you have a better boomstick voice than me, so I'll be Wiz.
Okay.
All right. So the last story, SCP-096 versus Juggernaut, baby. Let's go. The Death Battle fan and Wiki never disappoints.
Let's fucking go!
These two charging behemoths are charging at each. Thank you. These two charging behemoths are charging at each other for this fight. Can 096 redacted Juggernaut, or will Juggernaut run SCP-096 through? Introduction. Most fighters come up with a strategy to battle their opponents.
But not these two. That's why I like them so much.
like SCP-096, the tall, skinny humanoid SCP.
And Juggernaut. Bitch.
It's your line again.
Oh, yeah. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Oh, wait, just from David Gordon. I don't think I've ever been this unbelievably angry at a creepypasta story writer, with the exception of the dating game and Clockwork. But yeah, fair. I'm mad at this person too. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armors, and skills to find out who would win. Shows Juggernaut and SCP-096 charging at each other. A death battle. Psh, because, like the gate closing. Psh.
Yeah.
Juggernaut charges into death battle. Kane Marco was once your average kid. That was until he married Sharon Xavier, the wife of his friend, Brian Xavier, and adopted Charles Xavier. What? And it adopted Charles Xavier as a result, giving Kane a stepbrother. Wait. Kane Marco was your average kid until he married Sharon Xavier, the wife of his friend Brian Xavier.
Oh yeah, this I remember now.
I know
this
the
is
backstory. This is written weird.
No, because it's not Kane Marco who marries.
Yeah,
Sharon
I know, but
Xavier.
I thought, it's not who Kane doesn't marry her. I mean, it's his dad, right? Because they're brothers.
Yeah, they're stepbrothers.
Yeah, so this is just poorly
That's
written.
a huge typo.
Yeah, this is just terribly written.
Kane's fucking my mom.
Kane's fucking my mouth. Continue your turn.
Charles started becoming better than Kane, which Kane started getting jealous until they both got drafted into some USA mission. It's called the Korean War.
To the Korean War.
To some USA mission to Korea, aka the Korean War. And that's where things started to go down. And I mean literally.
Kane and Charles founded a temple called the Temple of Kratarak.
Sidorak.
Sidorak. That's fair. Sidorak. They went inside. Idiots.
Well, this is the version I read.
This is the old version, yeah. And Kane found a gem, picked it up, and read the inscription on it, then changed forever.
The temple collapsed. Charles left, Kane survived, and swore revenge on his stepbrother.
And that was the creation of one of the X-Men's most powerful enemies, Juggernaut.
This guy has immense strength. Even with a portion of his power, he can break through ice as tough as con. That's a really bad.
That's a terrible
That's all the
feat.
you're not gonna do.
That's nothing, literally. Oh my god. I see some stuff that's about to occur. He has amazing durability. He can shrug off missiles like nothing.
He has a healing factor.
He has a feeling factor.
I almost said feeling hacker. What the fuck is wrong with me today?
Korea, aka the Falklands.
Yeah, the fuck.
Oh fuck, do you want to be this guy?
Sure. Hey, what's up?
Oh hell no!
Bah!
Hey, Boomstick, I banged your.
What?
No.
Get back here, you son of a bitch! That could heal his eye within seconds.
Kinda awkward.
Kind of weird.
He was he has unstoppable momentum, but a strong enough foe can redirect it back at him.
By the way,
His helmet isn't just a dumb looking headpiece. It blocks psychic attacks.
He can lift and throw buildings with ease, or use them as melee weapons.
His max speed is 600 miles per hour.
He can take hits from Cannonball and Thor.
And Thor can beat characters like the Hulk, who could lift a 10,000-ton mountain.
That's a very small mountain. I don't know if you know how big mountains are.
I think he was trying to say like 10 million.
Yeah,
because like that's the main feat that everyone knows.
Yeah, the big one, like when they're on the planet the Beyonder makes.
Yeah, Secret Wars, wasn't it?
Yep. An opponent with significant physical or mystical strength can hold. An opponent with significant physical or mystical strength of their own can turn Juggernaut's unstoppable movement against him. Godly, cosmic, or magical beings can challenge and maybe even overpower him.
Despite him sound so powerful, he's lost to the X-Men a lot.
Feeling factor, Juggernaut identifies as an empath.
he fucking out of the sound.
His feats far outnumber his flaws. He's just not some random enemy of the X-Men. He's the Juggernaut, bitch, and the world knows it. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! Juggernaut yells. SCP-096 redacted into Death Battle. SCP-096 is a humanoid creature measuring 2.38 inches in height and
Archons. Wiz, we're not reading a fucking SCP document.
Why? Okay, cool. Alright, that's like the entire fucking source that this character comes from, but fine.
We're not reading his backstory.
Fine. The SCP Foundation sent out an initial retrieval squad to find an SCP they found in the mountains. They sent them to find. They found. Once they found it. 3 separate finds here. Wait, how many feet does he have?
What the fuck?
It was sitting in the snow, barely freezing. Yeah, it was freezing, but like barely.
Yeah, barely.
The creature turned around and most of the squall saw its face. It entered an agitated mode. Well, more of an emotional state that...
I like how he says we're not reading an SCP document, and then they read like the backlog of one.
Yes, exactly.
They shot a GAW-19 at it for 20 seconds. That's 650 caliber rounds shooting it. Holy shit!
Even anti-tech weapons barely hurt this new SCP. Once they did stop this SCP, they numbered it SCP-096.
This guy is a weirdo. He sounds like a horror game character and actually was one.
Yes, he is. That is exactly what he is. While his skin is still hurtable, his skeleton structure is what makes him so hard to kill.
He also has a healing factor that heals broken bones and destroyed flesh.
Deadpool!
Hey! Phew. Now to get rid of him. Drag his body away.
Okay. If someone views his face, it will chase that person down until its death. While it's unknown if SCP-096 kills, since it is always described as data expunged.
He kills.
But I believe he's redacted them. Yeah, he murders them.
They're dead.
What else would he fucking do to them? He's not like Slenderman. He's not gonna send them to a different dimension. He rips them in half or something.
He like eats them or something.
Bites their heads off.
Yeah. Apparently the camera cut out when you said that.
Figures. Anyway, 096 is strong enough to rip metal doors. Speed depends on the distance from victim. He could survive going 9,000.
Going 9,000.
He could survive going 9,000 pounds of pressure, was made even more powerful by the Hanged King. What?
It's something they did because someone made like an SCP. They made like a situation where SCP died and people wanted to make that canon, so they had to make it canon that he came.
He came back
Or
because
something
he's
like
like one of the most popular characters.
Yeah, I think that's what that is. Only
Ridiculous.
if I remember correctly.
All right. Continue.
Also, I like how they say speeds depends on distance from victim. Like that's a fucking feat.
Yeah. Someone fucking
Well, even
I know someone like someone calculated it, and it was like based on the feat that is given in the actual bio, like him going across the world in like a couple minutes. Apparently his speed is like a couple times like a couple Machs, like maybe like Mach 10.
It's like twice the speed of sound.
Yeah. It's like, wow, that's actually not fast at all for fictional characters. He's actually slow as shit. Oh my god.
Well, they fucking compared him to Juggernaut, who apparently can only go 600 miles per hour.
Apparently, yeah. Anyway.
But even this unstoppable beast has its flaws, like being calmed down by putting a bag over its head. That's not really what really happens. Like usually he just kills the people, and that's what calms him down.
He just runs out of things to murder.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have a strategy. Has below average intelligence and is depressed. What a description of me, actually.
Damn, he's just like me for real.
And has lost to several other SCPs like SCP-173, who is a god, so it doesn't actually weigh badly on him, to be honest, after it snapped his neck several times. Lost to 682, who is also basically a god, so like, yeah, that
also he didn't lose to him, it was a draw.
Yeah. After fighting to a standstill. So yeah, not a loss.
It's a draw.
And it was tortured by 106, which I'm guessing is the Plague Doctor, which I don't think the Plague Doctor beat him to death, so.
No, that's 049. 106 is the old
man? Oh, so a god!
Yeah, a god.
So the three that you just listed out to me that beat him in a fight are a god, something that fights gods, and another god, basically.
So a god, possibly the child of a god, and another god.
The owner of a dimension. Yeah, okay. Cool. Awesome. I'm glad that we have established that he is a fucking menace.
Yeah, I'm glad that we fucking established that he's pretty built.
He's pretty built for this, honestly.
Yeah.
But this thing is pretty impressive for something so dumb.
That's me. That's me.
Oh, sorry.
But this thing is pretty impressive for something.
Yeah, and I have a photo of him for you to view, Boomstick.
Oh, give me. Ugh, he's ugly.
Boomstick, I was joking. Puts on blindfold.
Huh?
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities. Let's end this debate once and for all.
And right now, it's time for a death battle.
Oh god, this is a long fight, isn't it? I just looked at the sidebar.
Holy shit! I don't remember it being this long.
Juggernaut woke up. He got up and looked around. He was on a snowy mountain. He heard someone crying. He turned and looked to see some naked, lanky, pale guy huddled up. Hey, who are you? Where are you? Where are we? Juggernaut asked. The figure acted like Juggernaut wasn't there. Hey, look at me when I talk to you, Juggernaut yelled. He grabbed the figure on the shoulder and picked him up and turned him at Juggernaut. Juggernaut saw its face, which was covered up by the figure's hands. The figure started to scream and babble. Juggernaut dropped the figure and walked away. Before the figure screamed louder, the Juggernaut turned to see SCP-096 running at Juggernaut, which he did the same. Fight! Some random dudes yells fight.
Who the fuck said that?
Who the fuck said that? Juggernaut managed to overpower SCP with his charge, knocking the freak away. SCP-096 quickly got up and ran towards and Juggernaut quickly attempted to punch 096, who dodged under it and tackled Juggernaut. Juggernaut quickly grabs 096 and you could say any other name, come on, bro, and throws it at a nearby tree. Juggernaut picks up a rock and throws it at 096, who dodges it and continues running before getting gut punched. Okay. He ran into a gut punch. Some flesh flies away, quickly healing. The Juggernaut stares blankly. Great, another healer. Cracks knuckles.
Guess I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Juggernaut says, rolling his eyes. 096 uppercuts Juggernaut, surprising him. Juggernaut grabs 096, lifts his enemy over his head, then brings 096 down, breaking 096's back, but heals quickly. Period, but heals quickly, period. Awesome. That's a full thought, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Juggernaut is getting frustrated. He grabs 096 and throws him off the cliff, then jumps after the SCP, landing on it. They start rolling down the mountain, punching and headbutting each other. Juggernaut threw it further down the mountain. After a few minutes of that, they found themselves in the city. They're pretty... SCP's been slacking. This thing was literally like 5 feet away from like a populated civilization.
Yeah. Hey, one sec. I'm gonna turn on my heater. Sorry.
Oh boy. Hopefully it doesn't like ear blast me. Juggernaut attempts. Juggernaut does not look like a real word now that I've seen it like 70 times in a row. Juggernaut attempts to punch 096, who manages to catch it. Juggernaut punches again, only for it to be caught again. Both fighters start running. Huh! You're stronger than you look, freak, Juggernaut says. After hearing the word freak, 096 yells louder and starts pushing more, causing Juggernaut to be pushed back. Juggernaut headbutts 096 before immediately being smacked. Smacks the face. Juggernaut picks up a car as 096 does the same and throws them at each other. The cars explode. 096 runs at Juggernaut, tackling him again. They start ripping each other apart. 096 then punches Juggernaut away. They both heal from their wounds. Whoa! Still going, Juggernaut exclaims. The shy guy screams. They charge. This is a pretty repetitive battle that we got going here.
It's like the fucking fight between Megamind and
Megamind.
I don't have much to go on here.
Now, time for some witty back and forth banter. You go first.
I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go with that.
Anthony says, "Take a shot when you." Take a shot every time you say Juggernaut. You'll eventually die from alcohol poisoning. They were in the mountains. Where did they get fucking cars? Well, they went to the city from the mountains, so it's like they were kind of close. But I understand your confusion.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are Harvey and Steve? Harvey and Marv. Oh my god! Oh my god! Look, one of the battles on the sidebars is the fucking wet bandits from fucking Home Alone versus the neighbor from Hello Neighbor.
I prefer Dr. Manhattan versus Richard.
That's
Oh, that's the fucking Monument
Mythos. Richard Nixon, who's God, which is the best possible version. Okay, where the fuck was I? Whoa, still going? Yeah. Then up, Juggernaut slips out of his arms, grabs both of Shy Guy's arms, then uppercuts 096. How do you grab his arms in that uppercut? 096.
I guess he used one hand.
Yeah, grabs both his hands. That's a baller move. He grabbed both of his hands at the same time. Then runs right back with a street lamp, then smacks Juggernaut, who gets launched back. Juggernaut grabs a tree and runs back. They start clashing with the weapons. 096 gets hit in the gut with the tree, launching it into a building. Juggernaut places the tree down. Down yet, kid? The Juggernaut asks. Suddenly, a rock flies towards Juggernaut, catching him off guard, hitting him in the face. Juggernaut grumbles. Another rock is thrown, but this time Juggernaut was ready. He caught the rock, spun, and threw the rock back. 096 screams even louder. Juggernaut walks towards the screaming thing. The SCP was impaled by the rock. Okay.
Alright, sure.
I guess he was impaled by the rock. But then removed it and running at the red fellow again, but being punched back to the wall. Juggernaut begins a barrage of punches. Juggernaut continues about a minute before uppercutting it, sending the SCP through the building. He jumps to follow the SCP before ending up outside the building. The Juggernaut grabs SCP-096 and throws it to the ground. So, done yet? Juggernaut asked. The SCP slowly got up. Juggernaut was tired too. Why don't we end it here? Juggernaut asked. The SCP screamed again. Juggernaut grinned. They charged again, but the SCP had a different idea. It stabbed Juggernaut with its hand. Juggernaut fell to his knees, trying to get up. 096 removes the helmet, throwing it aside, grabs a rock and lifts it over its head, before hitting the Juggernaut over and over the head, knocking him unconscious. The SCP freak runs away. What? There's no way they think that the fucking SCP would actually win.
No, yeah, they think that. That's what I told you.
That's retarded. Juggernaut would fucking curb stomp him. Result.
Damn, this really is a death battle.
KO? Results.
What? Where's the bloodshed?
Trust me when I say this, we have a good reason for it to be a draw.
Okay, I know this wasn't to the death, but technically Juggernaut did lose.
Yeah, no, he got beaten unconscious. He definitely lost. It's you, Link.
Sure. Juggernaut had the strength and durability advantage by like
A lot, actually.
but the SCP. Oh, sorry, that's you.
So, but the SCP held its own advantages, like speed, for example. We have no idea what 096's max running speed is. It could be infinite. That's not. It is.
I mean, he's definitely not the fastest character in action.
Also, even if we don't know what the idea of Juggernaut's max speed is, his speed is based on how far his opponent is.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, so if Juggernaut's like 5 feet in front of him, he's not going to be moving that fast.
Also, like, if Juggernaut had a I know speed can count for a lot for like characters like the Flash, but like I don't know if it can do that for 096.
Anthony says 097 would bash Juggernaut until there was nothing left. Juggernaut would beat him to death, Anthony. I don't know how to tell you this, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Anthony.
Juggernaut fucking trades hands with the Hulk, and the Hulk can fucking destroy planets and punch through dimensions. Juggernaut would fucking wreck him. Like, Juggernaut would punch his fucking head clean off. How would a little
Juggernaut
rock
would bite
knock the Juggernaut out when he's wearing a fucking helmet? Well, you see, he says that the fucking 096 takes the helmet off, so you know, it's all good. But that doesn't make any sense either, because like he's still durable with his fucking head, so you know, the helmet's only there for psychic attacks. And it's your link. Message redacted. Damn.
And they both had healing factors, but we have no ideas who's best. Besides, if things got tight, the SCP could just run away, refuse to fight.
But that's not how he works. That's not how this character works. What?
I mean, I guess technically they're using the 096 versus 682.
Yeah, I guess. Did he run away in that fight?
No, but it got to the point where both of them refused to fight each other.
Yeah, they just got bored and left.
But that was like after more than a day of them fighting.
Anthony says, I know nothing of Juggernaut, so I'm trusting you on this. Yeah. This battle is a draw. Charging behemoths of destruction potential in this epic remaster. Oh, no, I'm not reading the remaster. Alright, so, Link.
Another
that
time.
was SCP-096 versus Juggernaut. What'd you think?
Not as funny as I remembered it.
It was pretty bad, though.
Yeah, it
said Juggernaut.
was about as biased. It was like biased, about as biased as a real death.
Yeah.
So
it was also as
at least it's
poorly researched as one. All right, and I think we've been streaming for 3 hours now. So
yeah, I think we're gonna have to stop doing three if there's
yeah,
if
one's
that
like
if there's
really long.
really long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not realize the rake was gonna be that fucking long, though. To be fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But you know what? I had fun. I feel like I'm rusty because we haven't done this,
hey,
but I had
we
fun.
had a lot of fun moments in that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Southern. It's the funniest thing we've ever come up with.
A little bit of running. What?
I'm gonna
Stone Cold didn't come up that entire time.
I'm gonna run in wide. I'm gonna hit you with a rock wide. Gonna take your helmet off
I'm
wide.
away. What? And that's the
Right.
bottom line. The Stone Cold SC.
Keep on that six. All right.
That's what the SC. That's what the SC and SC.
Stone Cold. Okay, Link, you give me your rating because Anthony just gave me his. He says best was Rosie, then 096 was Juggernaut, then Rake Origins is the worst. Which, yeah, I think
that's
I agree. Yeah, it's pretty fair. I'd say.
I think that's pretty fair.
I want to read.
Because this one,
I want to see who wins in the fucking remaster because like
I already know.
there's no way. It's
Well,
not.
are we gonna save that for another day?
Yeah, I guess we should. Ugh. Gonna cry.
I mean, I can tell you off stream.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty. Yeah, your ranking's pretty apt, Anthony. And I think that's where we're gonna call it for tonight. I can't wait to listen back to this one. To be honest.
If we're talking about from a reading perspective, I think I'd probably put this one over Rosie because I always like doing the.
Yeah, it was at least a little fun. You know what? I'll give it this. I could actually like visualize like sprites of Juggernaut and 096 fighting in like the format that they set up. Like them like
I also had fun.
Yeah. What?
I said I also had fun at least.
Yeah, it was
This one was
funny.
like the most fun of the three.
That's what usually happens with the Death Battle ones. At least they're like goofy, you know, because it's stupid characters punching each other. Alright, I think that's enough for today, boys. I think I'll see y'all later. Say
Goodbye,
Link.
everyone. I'll see you guys in 2025.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a year.